What was that?
What is it?
What was that? What seems to be going on?
We're having some issues over here.
We're having some issues, huh?
Oh, like my mic won't shut off for one thing.
George's mic won't shut off. We got all the stuff bleeding from us somewhere. We're bleeding over here.
S-U-C-K-S.
Amen. S-U-C-K-S is the word. I'm going to get back into radio. Hey, Joyce. And that wasn't a raspberry either, honey.
You fairy.
Mama, what the heck happened to me? I guess I just don't have it anymore.
No.
I used to be a revolutionary. Now I'm hocking CDs at the Starbucks store. Hocking at the Starbucks store. Hocking at the Starbucks store. Victoria's Secret lingerie. I don't do those ads anymore. Now I sell music and lattes. The 60s are over, that's for sure. Hocking at the Starbucks store.
Well, we have our own guest today, I guess. We didn't invite anybody, but we got Kenny there for a second and Tommy with his squeaking his way through it to success. What the hell was that all about?
Sorry, I think it was Josh sabotaging.
Yeah, I had a little screw up here.
Well, that's okay. Hey, join the club, man. Like I said, someday we'll all get back into radio. Although it sure ain't going to be in this place. Here's our, and of course we have a massive change in the format today. Starting today, here's line 1, for example. Oh, it doesn't work. Let's see. Okay, just checking, just making sure the phone works. Because based on what you're telling me about, you can't shut your mic off, and based on line 1 doesn't work.
I fizzed it. I took it apart and fizzed it.
You fisted it?
I fizzed it.
Okay, here's the poll we took starting on, when did we start this? On Wednesday, I guess?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
No. What's your take on the callers, we asked? I think I don't know when the hell it was. I think that was on Friday. I don't know when the hell it was. And anyway, what's your take on the callers? 1,437 votes. A few would be okay, 612. A few, which means more than 2. Bring the callers back, 455.
All right.
So you put those two together, you got like 74%. And like Joe Bell told you in your clandestine lunch that day, well, the word he's hearing is he won't talk to these people. They're upset about that. He won't. Yeah, I won't talk to you. I'll tell you that, Joe. Go away. You and Joyce. Hightail it for Memphis. The callers suck, 182. That's what I voted, and that is absolutely correct. But nevertheless, the show is fine without the calls. Only 161, a mere 11.2%, in spite of George's stubbornness. And I hate this poll. Only 1.8%. 27 out of 1,437 people. How do you like that? Is that impressive or what?
Yeah.
They liked it. But they don't like the show without the callers, and so the callers are coming back. You'll see. Whole bunch of them. QAM, hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, there's a line checker.
Sure
that was Joel Feinberg calling. He's upset because he knows the Dolphin win streak is all over with. Who they play on Sunday?
Oh, just the Detroit Lions, who are pretty good.
No, the Patriots play the Detroit Lions on Sunday.
Oh, on the upcoming, okay. I don't
They
know.
didn't play anybody on Sunday, the Dolphins, because they had the game on Thanksgiving Day. Well, obviously you had a rough Thanksgiving.
They're playing the Jaguars.
Oh, they're playing Jacksonville. Oh, well, they could beat them.
Yeah, Buffalo did it.
Yeah, Buffalo beat them. Anybody could beat them, How about those Patriots? Oh! How about that Tom Brady? First down! That was. I have never in my life seen a white guy do that before. That was so beautiful after he ran for the first down. And he stood up and he gave that first down signal and just went nuts. That was nice going, Tommy.
Yeah, he had a little.
Not that I was nervous about that game or anything like that. Oh, man. Woo! My insides were upside down, kind of like George's innards are doing these days. Not good.
Ooh.
George is having a something.
Yeah, I don't know. I got something.
He's got some internal, and of course that couldn't be from QAM or his wife, do you think? Well, probably a little bit of both. I give 50% to each.
A little from column A, a little from column B.
Yeah, that's right. Here's our poll today, and we are taking, we better have 1 million calls. Look at the way they're flashing there right now. You see that? I'll get to them when I feel like it. I will, though. We're going back to that. The bedtime stories, forget about them. Those of you people out there who are very politically oriented, we appreciate your great interest in the democracy and yada, 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 but it's boring radio. It's really bad, and it's George's fault. Miguel was right. That's about the only thing Miguel's ever been right about, but he was right about that. It's boring. I mean, I enjoy it, and George likes it. And that's it.
Two of us.
Well, we can't do a show for George. George wasn't even listening when he was off last week.
No way.
Of course not. And neither would I. When I'm not on the air, do you think I'm listening to your crap? Of course not.
Get that out of your head.
Right. Of all the things Neil talks about, which is the most interesting to you? That's our poll today. 817 votes. We'll make 1,000. How do you like that? On the first day after the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. You see the way I always have of couching things in such a term as if it's a major accomplishment, which of course it's not, but, whatever. Which is the most interesting to you? Politics 402. Well, the election's over. Inside radio stuff 152. I could do the whole show on Joyce today and about Gary Sarner and Joe Bell and all of this and our engineering staff, but I'm not, and our sales department especially. We got some people back there in that sales. They wouldn't know a piece of copy if you stuffed 450 sheets of paper up their ass. They still wouldn't know a piece of copy. I don't want to mention Gary Sarner or Brian Schmutz, but nevertheless. Religion 128. I hate this poll, a mere 3.7%. That's not bad. That's pretty good, especially on the heels of the other one. Maybe they're in a good mood because they stuffed themselves on Thanksgiving Day. Gay stuff, 28. Amsterdam, 18. Hockey, 17. The track, 14, which I never talk about hockey or the track. Brady Quinn, 12. All right. And they got destroyed by USC in that game, which we knew they would. But and Josh is not too happy because instead of showing us the game, they kept showing Brady on the sideline. Yeah. Brady Quinn picking his nose, picking his butt, picking his jock, whatever.
Look at him now. He's warming up.
I want to look at him now. And later, 12 people said that's the most interesting to you, and guess who was one of them? Yours truly. That's the most interesting to me by far, as opposed to all this other swill, is Brady Quinn, the mighty Quinn. Not that I'm going to play that bit like 100 times today. You know the one I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, that's right. Maybe you didn't hear it. It goes like that. You haven't heard that?
No.
Scott Brady's out. I want to win. You ain't seen no man quite like Brady Quinn.
Yeah, we'll get to it. And, of course, he could have said Tom Brady's out, but that would be a little bit too current. That's out of the demographic area for Chicken Neck. So he goes to Scott Brady, who's an actor who died 100 years ago, or 20 years ago anyway. Brady Quinn, 12. Health problems, 6. We don't want to hear about your health problems, George. We wish you all the best, but we don't want to hear about it.
Oh,
slots, 5. Slots. See, that's why nobody's called or talked about Gulfstream or been over there or faxed or anything, because they don't care about that, about a good machine man. And diets, 4. We're fat, and that's just the way it is. 828 votes. I bet it's more than that now. 834. Boy, they're coming in chunks now. Is that exciting or what? So anyway, just speaking of inside radio stuff, I just want to go on record on the air, and I've said this before, but I want to say it very emphatically and in a very depressed and morbid way. Joyce Fitch is out to do everything she can in her power to destroy me, this radio show, everything in the world connected with this show. And Joyce, I hope you die a horrible, wicked death, and I hope it's soon.
She's like
unfortunately,
Fu Manchu.
But what is it?
She's like the evil Dr. Fu Manchu.
She is. And unfortunately, we got a new general mangler now who's not only subservient to her, but even to our program director, who, as my little dog would say, Echmer, a program director. Just sad. Good guy, Joe. I told you that a long time ago. Jolly Raleigh Joe, good guy. But man, oh man, just living in a dream world. Oh, speaking of dream fields, so somebody faxed in most interesting topics when Neil discovers a really good product and turns us onto it. Yeah, like the Dreamfields low-carb pasta. Anybody out there buy it?
No.
Try it?
No.
Eat it?
No.
No. Except George.
Like
us.
3-4 times a week.
I tried it. I ran to the bowl.
Yeah, but you don't need it.
No, I don't. But
although you will when you balloon up and get real pre-diabetic fat. So I don't know about that. I mean, I do try to pass things along, like the GT Express. And I finally figured out the reason that my omelets were sticking in that thing, and I take back what I said. Not that I owe them anything. But if you don't cook them long enough, that's when the stuff sticks.
What about the Flavor Wave?
And the Flavor Wave, which is great. We all have one. I use mine almost every day.
We use ours like 2-3 times a week.
There you go, Flavor Wave. And all these things. And I'm not, and this crap about, you must be getting money under the table from that. Right. Oh, yeah. We get a lot of graft on this show.
We get something under the table.
I wish. Speaking of Brady Quinn. He looked good in the game. The team stunk, and USC out. It wasn't even a contest. And, of course, we don't want to talk about football because that's sports. That's the other thing they should have done to put on this poll. In fact, we can still do it. Sports. Let's put that on there. And then Clarence he'll have everybody,
Freep it.
Freep the poll. And all of a sudden we'll have 40,000 votes. Oh, we want to hear Neil do a sports show. Then life would be complete, see, because we're, messing with their plans. Or the anti-sports, the evildoers, the anti-jock-sniffing show. It's just sad to me. It makes me want to cry. And I guarantee you, I watched plenty of football over the weekend and on Thanksgiving Day. And what kind of games did they have on? It was Grambling against Rambling and Grambling. What are those games all about?
I don't know. They show those games a lot for some reason. I can't.
They have some of the worst crap that they put on the air. It's just amazing to me. But then again, look at some of those announcers calling those games. And the fact that Shannon Sharp is still on a pregame show on CBS. See, I knew there's a good reason why I don't watch those shows. The pregame and the halftime and all this ass-slapping, yucking it up, hey, Danny boy, very sad. See, that's what a real man is supposed to be into, is those shows like that, the pregame show. Which goes to show you, George, all these years that you thought you were a real man. You're not. You're a make-believe guy. That's right.
I know.
You don't sit around and watch the grab-ass fest there that they do with Jimmy's Johnson and Danny Boy and Shannon Not So Sharp, who couldn't speak a word if he put a gun up his ass.
Give it
a shot. Unbelievable. So anyway, that's where we are. Let's take a look at that schedule today, and let's see if we got the right one. I don't know, because Clarence doesn't give us the schedule anymore the way it's supposed to be. We have to guess who's going to be on. Well, I'm just going to read it the way it says. Mad Dog 2, Power Hour Hank. It says the Power Hour with Hank at 4, not with Hank and the Mad Dog. Just with Hank. Hank 5 to 7. Opening tip with Bimbo Coles, which means the Heat are playing tonight, but we don't have the game. So we have the opening tip, which is one of the dumbest pieces of programming I ever heard in my life. It's one thing to have the real pregame show, but to have the opening tip before every Heat game, they play 157 games a season or something like that. 80-some. Curtis and the Beast, 7:30, and then Eddie K at 10 o'clock. Got no game tonight. No Panthers. Although we do have Jacques Strap-Martin on tomorrow on the morning show, and also Eric Reed, who talks through his teeth. 10:13 at 560 WQAM. Hey, let me tell you right now about a great place to take your feet. Walk them right over or schlep them over to Brandy's in Pompano Beach. It seems like forever now, Brandy's has been doing it right for their customers, which is why Brandy's is still around. You're the best, Brian Schmutz. Let me tell you. They must have given him a lobotomy after he left the first time, because you'd have to be crazy to come back.
Hello, Roger Scott.
Real American a-holes.
Real American a-holes.
We salute you, Mr. Peep Show Booth Mopper-Upper.
Mr. Peep Show Booth Mopper-Upper.
You were dismissed from your last job as a high school custodian for leering at students in the girls' locker room.
Not a bright idea now.
But now it seems you found your true calling as you punch the clock at Main Street Adult Book and Video.
Give me 20 token jail.
Night after night, you march into those private viewing booths armed to the gills with cleaning solvent, scouring pads, and blind ambition.
High five for Pee Wee Herman, yeah.
Sure, there are awkward moments when you accidentally walk in on a client. But that's okay, because Mr. Smith knows you're there to make his viewing experience cleaner, safer, and most importantly, clear. So we salute you, Mr. Peep Show Booth Mopper-Upper, your paper towels, your bum knee, and your scraper. You are a real American a-hole.
10:18 at 560. I ended the extra squishy, gooey sound there at the end just to piss off Joyce. We hate you, Joyce. We're going to send a hit squad over there to get your ass, you piece of turd. 865 votes on the poll. Aren't you impressed?
All right.
I know, you're never impressed. Sports doesn't have any. It's got the big...
Oh!
Come on, let's do a sports show. Make Clarence happy. And let's get those phones cranking now. See, let me just say this to you. I gave you the results of that poll from last week about the callers and yada, yada, yada. And you're giving Joe Bell is giving you a song to dance about. Oh, hey, they want him to take the callers again, right? Isn't that what he told you?
Yeah, take that one now. It's ringing.
I'm not talking about like one. That's going to be a short call. I can tell already. 567-0560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless line. See, they're out of practice, and I'm sure as hell out of practice giving these stupid phone numbers out.
Oh,
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Buenos
Hey, I
dias.
can tell you when that poll went up.
Yeah.
The one on take the calls back.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving Day, because I went on and voted about 1 o'clock, and when I refreshed, there was only 6 votes. So
Yeah.
sometime Thanksgiving Day.
Excellent.
That's it.
Okay,
Take care.
thanks. All right. I think my work is done, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I think we've accomplished whatever we need to do. Thank you, sir. That was an excellent and informative call. 871 votes on the poll. I don't see much action on the phone here, but what I started to say is that it's always the same, Oh, we want the callers. And then, of course, when you say, okay, let's open it up and see what these people have to say. We haven't taken calls on this show for weeks and weeks and months now. Let's see what all their pent-up info, what their output and input and what they got. And you know what I think they got? Well, we'll see. I shouldn't prejudge, should I? That's bad.
Right.
WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Happy post-Thanksgiving.
Back to you.
Hi, Dolly.
Yeah, okay. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question about what happened with the teachers and as far as them getting a raise.
Yeah, call up a teacher and find out. WQAM, hello. Sound like he could use a good teacher. Oh, nobody on that one. WQAM, hello.
Uncle Neil, how are you, sir?
Okay, sir.
All right. Hey, listen, did you see
All right. I've seen it.
Jesse Jackson with his mug all in the face with...
I don't want to talk about Jesse Jackson. He's boring. 5670560. See, just because I'm going to take a lot of calls, that doesn't mean I'm going to listen to boring crap. You know what I mean?
Guess again.
No, I'm not going to listen to it. Like that guy. I don't want to hear his crap. Who the hell cares about Jesse Jackson and his love child? If you're going to call, like it says right on our website, doesn't it say have something to say that somebody might want to listen to? Which sure as hell isn't this. Yeah.
Since when?
WQAM, hello.
Good morning, Neil.
Yes, sir.
About a week ago, I think it was, you read a great article on the air from Sam Harris out of Newsweek. Do you remember that?
No.
I'm looking for it on your website. I can't find it. It's a great one.
Well, I'm glad, and I hope you enjoyed it. 567, get used to it, because you ain't going to be hearing too many mo. No more of that sitting here reading crap 4 hours a day that nobody wants to hear except George.
Right.
So look at that. Products he discovers got 3 votes, and sports has got a vote already. Clarence voted. Clarence, you idiot. I think early retirement sounds really good to me, don't you? Let's take a poll on that. I think that sounds, like at about 10:30 sounds really good. I don't want to have to leave in the middle of the show and go down and pay customs on that package on my new fax machine that's coming.
But you will anyway, right?
I will what? Oh, you better believe I'm going to go down there if it shows up during the show, and it probably will with my luck.
Okay.
It couldn't have shown up like at 9:30 when I could have gone down there nice and relaxed. Or maybe it's going to show up and there won't be no custom charges on it. Because I was of the opinion, of the impression of the something, that if it's under $400, there's no custom charges on that until that package you sent me.
Yeah.
And I know a big spender like you sure as hell didn't spend no $400.
No, it was like...
So how come I had to pay customs on that little crappy package you sent?
Apparently there's no minimum.
That's not correct, sir.
Well,
that is absolutely incorrect, sir.
Well, I was over it.
Well, get over it. I'll get over it. WQAM, hello.
No more callers.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing, buddy?
Okay,
Little
sir.
input on that morning show. Clarence, you're an idiot for sandbagging him in the morning. It's actually an entertaining show when they're not talking about sports, you faggot.
Okay, yeah, good call, good call. There you go, Clarence. There's a little commentary on our programming. It could be a really entertaining show. Of course, I haven't heard any of those segments yet, but I'm sure Josh tells me that there aren't any, although Miguel told me that there were some. That the guys are really entertaining and very funny when they're not doing those sports segments with those canned, prefabricated guests, which Barry Jackass says they've wisely added Lamar Thomas. Oh, my God. I heard a couple of minutes of him this morning. I wanted to jump out the window, and I live on a higher floor. I couldn't believe it. Let's get Shannon Sharp on right away. This is what we're dealing with, man. This is what we're up against. We're like, I don't relate to it. I don't understand it. I don't live it, smell it, sniff it. I don't know what they're talking about. That's all they know from. These are not humans. These are creatures from a planet somewhere deep in the annals of space, and we're up against them.
Maybe from Uranus.
I'll be honest with you.
Rectum.
That's where they belong. WQAM, hello. QAM, hello. Phone call frenzy, hello.
You got him.
Yeah, good one. See, he was building up to it. Very slow. He's a slow starter. WQAM, hello. Line 1 still doesn't work, by the way.
No.
QAM said there, but
it was too close for comfort.
Yeah. Don't be trying to be cute, okay? Because we got 75 dump buttons, and since the Stern Show, we got about an 85-minute delay. Mm-hmm. So you're just spinning your wheels and wasting my time and your time, whatever.
He was just agreeing with you about Shannon Sharp, by the way.
No, that's not what he didn't say. Shannon though. He said something else that sounded like like Schmitten. Maybe he's smitten with Shannon Sharp. Maybe that's what he was trying to say. 889 votes on the poll. He was just going to make some kind of a racial joke. That was probably Mike. What's his name?
Oh, Michael Richards.
Mike Richards. Yeah. Of all the things Neil talks about, which is the most interesting to you? Mike Richards sure as hell. I don't even know who the hell he is. Crazy Kramer. Politics 429, Inside Radio Stuff 164, Religion 136. Inside Radio Stuff, all you need to know is Clarence is an idiot and Joyce is 1,000 times worse. And Joe's a nice guy, but lost. Just lost. I hate this poll, only 35, 3.9%. I like that. Gay Stuff 31. Gay Stuff. Amsterdam 22, Hockey 20. Right. If we got a team, the Panthers, or what? Wow, do they stink. The Track 15, Brady Quinn 12. Leave him alone, okay? I saw him first. Health Problem 7, Slot 7. Yeah, there's only one slot most of these guys are interested in. Products he discovers 4. No, I take that back. There's 2. Products he discovers just went up to 5, like the Dreamfields pasta and the Flavor Wave. Diet's 4, and Sports is up to 3. So Clarence says he's got Robert and the Beast in there now. They're tapping on it, although it wouldn't be the first time. I'm sure of that. It's a little boy's playpen is what it is, and we're in the middle of it. By the way, I forgot to tell you, George, we're on the wrong station.
Oh, gee.
26, I should have told you that 10 years
when
ago.
Did you figure
26
that out? Yeah.
past 10 at 560 WQM. That's sports time on your sports station. And by the way, Larry Coker got fired, and we're going to join that press conference momentarily.
Station stands for nothing.
Absolutely.
Don't go getting bitter on us now. Come on. Cut the crap.
If things are bad with stars and their spouse, so they get a divorce. That's when all the dirty secrets start to fly, and they need a good alibi. Accusations of internet porn and promiscuity. He says she's a loser, she says he's a boozer with an STD. Like Paul McCartney and Heather Mills, things can get ugly. Just like Peter Cook and poor Christy Brinkley, her man had a mistress or 3. Like country singer Sarah Evans and her deadbeat spouse. Did somebody tattle and start the battle to see who'll get the house? Who cheated first but claims innocence when it hits the fan? Men are finding girls who are half of their age, and they have their own MySpace page. Or they pick up groupies by the ton in Malibu bars. Some of the dangers of sleeping with strangers or roller coasters. Hard to keep track of who is with whom out in Hollywood. Those movie star marriages don't seem to last. It's an orgy with the whole cast. Then it gets public, all the details from an unnamed source. Did somebody tattle and start the battle that led to divorce?
10:33, 27 before 11 at 560 WQM. The calls are back. You asked for them and you got them, baby. And so far they've been fantastic. Of course, don't prejudge now.
Right.
There's a lot of practice. You know what I'm saying? Practice makes perfect. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Americans. I'm Paul Harvey, Miami, Florida. Neil Rogers.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil. Hello, Americans. I'm Paul Harvey, Miami, Florida. Neil Rogers.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Let me just meet this here. How you doing?
Okay, how you doing?
I'm good.
Great.
I just have a couple things about CNN. You guys are always ragging on CNN and how crappy these coverage is. About a month or two
Hey, listen,
ago...
they got the Christmas tree arrived at the White House now with Laura Bush. What more can you want?
Now,
That's some pretty impressive breaking news. Go ahead.
Yeah, the Anderson Cooper, they said they broke in, I think it was September 11th this year. They said, Anderson Cooper is under attack in Afghanistan. She said it, I swear to God.
Yeah.
And the other thing
Anderson's Cooper was under attack. Wouldn't be the first time.
It really sucks.
Yeah, okay, great.
That's hilarious.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, what do we got on the poll? Look at that. We got 913 votes. We're going to approach 1,000 by the end of this hour because we're taking the calls again, see? George wants to apologize to the audience for being a bad influence and give me some really bum information.
Mm-hmm.
But Josh already told me that you're just trying to sabotage the show, so I'll take early retirement, and you can move right in,
That's why I encourage them to do a lot of sports in the morning.
Sports, we got 3 votes already. Let's talk about sports. How about those Trojans, huh?
Yeah. Very reliable.
No, not necessarily. Not the ones with the holes in them. How about that Josh's booty, man? What seriously, he looks like an athlete like I do. What is it?
John Booty.
Now, who the hell was Josh Booty? Didn't we have an athlete that was Josh Booty? We did.
I want to say yes.
All right, let me Google it. Jesus Christ.
That's his brother, I think.
Yeah, right.
I'm serious. I
think it's his mother. Your mama. Josh Booty. Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, is going to tell us all about Josh Booty. See, if you're going to talk about sports, you need to know something about it, so you need to bring in an expert.
John Booty's brother, I'm telling you.
Is he? He was born 1975, April 29th. Former NFL quarterback and minor league baseball shortstop. Former. Well, he's old, he's 31. Oh, no. He spent 5 years in the Marlins organization. I think you ought to be embarrassed. That's where I know Josh Booty from. He was with the Marlins.
Yeah, that is pretty bad.
He played only 13 games in the majors between 96 and 98. He hit .269, had 4 RBIs. He went to LSU, played football for the football team. He completed 49.3% of his passes, which really sucks. Josh Booty. He was a Marlin for about 5 minutes. And you don't know that? Mr. Marlins? Mr. Cover-Up for how bad Dave Van Boring is? Jesus, God, what's wrong with you? Oh, here's our good call, line 9. QAM, hello.
Neil, is that the same Lamar Thomas that used to beat his wife?
WQAM, hello. QAM.
Oh, can I speak to Rita Cosby, please?
Just 1 minute. She'll be right out. See, this is what it's all about, man. This is what they want.
That's
Not
right.
sitting here thinking that people out there have an IQ larger than their damn bread box. What's wrong with you? Most people are morons, man. Just like this poll about politics. We have this. But you know what? Politics is a waste of time. It's crap. Well, the Democrats won Congress, yeah, and so what's going to change, okay? What's going to change now? Oh, well, we certainly don't want to have any liberal agenda, and we certainly don't want to impeach the president, and we certainly don't want to do this, and we don't want to do that. And then Drew Lieberman says he might run with John McCain. How do you like that? Did you see that article?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Match made in purgatory, man. I hope that Drew Lieberman elopes with Gary Sarner. That would be a perfect match. WQAM, hello. Talk about Farbissen. WQAM, hello.
This is Neil.
This is Neil.
Oh, my God.
WQAM, hello. QAM. Hola.
We love the Panthers.
Yeah, okay, good. 567-0560. You notice how some of these people are just a little slow, and that's because they're out of practice.
They'll get
You can't complain about their material because, of course, they don't have any, and that's why we stopped taking calls in the first place, because it was a waste of time and really ponderous. But you know what? We are back, and we're sticking with it, man. It's the phone call attack. What are you chuckling about? They don't care about these. Do you have any idea? I want to ask you that when you do have an idea, because you know when I'm not here, you send Josh the stories. Do you have any idea what a job it is to find these stories and print them out and potchkey around and staple them and put them in order and try to find out what the hell they say?
And I don't think I read as fast as you, so I think it
there
takes
you
me
go.
longer.
It's a lot of work, baby. And let me say, when I can get paid the same exact amount, a lot of cash, for doing basically nothing but talk to idiots 4 hours a day, which is what I've done for a long... What? I don't know what you're laughing about. People used to ask me, what do you do for a living? I say, I talk to morons 4 hours a day for a living. And it's true.
Yeah.
And that's what the audience wants to hear, because most people like morons because they can relate, like your president. This business of I'm reading these names of cities that haven't been invented yet in countries that we don't even know where the hell they are on the map, and people care about that? You've led me down the garden path, mister, and I think Josh is going to take you out and whip you into shape during the next break.
I apologize.
I sure hope my package shows up pretty soon. Give me a good excuse to go down. And this time I'm going to take my time. I'm not going to rush and go down there and have a heart attack in the elevator racing to get back. Because, you got good material there. Plus, you've been off for a whole week. You should have built up you can talk about your stomach and your ailments.
No, I was going to talk about my computer and what a piece of crap it is.
Oh. Well, that would be good. Save it, though, for when the package comes.
Absolutely.
Save it for Brady Quinn's package. WQAM, hello.
Kramer is God.
WQAM, hello.
Yes, good morning, Neil.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Welcome back from what?
Well, I know you're away this weekend, and belated November 5th birthday greeting.
I was away this weekend?
Yeah, I was up at Gulfstream plunging away on those one-armed bandits.
Yeah, and I was at Woodbine plunging away on one-armed bandits, too. How do you like that?
Did you have a good machine?
Yeah, I had a good machine, man. I won $1,700 yesterday at Woodbine. How do you like that?
That's a beautiful thing.
Ordinarily, I don't give numbers out, but since I had a good day, I'll give you the number, 1,700 bananas.
It's a beautiful number, and I'm sorry to hear about our good buddy, Bo Schembachler.
Not my good buddy. Call up Mad Dog and talk to him about it, and get some new material, by the way. See, there you go. Now, there's a guy who sounded like a real guy, and he had nothing. He had absolutely nothing. See, at short notice, you know what I mean?
Right.
No, it's short notice that when they tuned on the radio this morning, they didn't expect, and you can only imagine the poll result. That was of the people who are still listening. Can you imagine it would be the people that we've lost already because of your insistence on my reading that crap 4 hours every day?
Thousands. Stressful,
man. Stressful. Draining for an old diabetic fag like me. Draining. Not as draining as sitting here staring at those pictures of Brady Quinn naked, but pretty close. Draining. And Josh doesn't understand why the cameras were like transfixed on Brady Quinn throughout that entire game. Well, the game stunk, okay? The game was pathetic.
Well, I liked it.
What?
Because I was rooting for USC.
Now, why is that?
Because I hate Notre Dame.
Oh, that's true. Well, I hate Notre Dame, too. Probably a lot worse than you do. And I wasn't really rooting for Notre Dame. I just wanted to see Brady have a good game, and, of course, they kept dropping his balls in the end zone. I know I sure wouldn't drop his balls, but that's beside the point. 19 before 11 at 560. The reason that they kept showing him is because he's where it's at, baby. He is the main man. He's the new hotshot, okay?
Yeah, well, they're, attracting you, okay? I want to watch the game.
They're not attracting just me. In other words, you think I'm the only person obsessed with Brady Quinn? You better get out of the house a little bit more, mister. And I'm not just talking about those floozy bars where you go and get plastered all the time. I'm talking about, like, dealing with real living and breathing people. Brady Quinn is where it's at. You'd stop your average guy in the... Go to Dayland this afternoon when you get off from work. Go down to Dayland.
Okay, yeah.
And find some real screaming queen. I mean, some good American guy, and ask him, what do you think of Brady Quinn? And the guy will go, he'll get spastic on you. Like that. He'll lose it.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just, it sounds good. We got a dozen people on there who say that's the most interesting thing that I talk about on the show, and I only voted once.
Britney Spears recently filed for divorce. So now, Kevin Federline Enterprises is proud to announce its expansion into your home with Rent-A-K-Fed. You can have the world's most hated new divorcee to MC your bar mitzvahs.
Yo, got lots of love for the Hebrews. Holla!
Yo! Rent-A-K-Fed for birthday parties and play pin the tail on Kevin Federline's ass.
Yo, what's up? Hey, knock it off. I got hurt, yo. Hey, come here, you little bitch.
Rent-A-K-Fed for target practice.
Yeah. Keep going. Yo, is this like fun up, G?
Yeah. Perfect. Don't move.
Rent-A-K-Fed. Yo, it's the world's most hated K-Fed. And now you can have me in your home at a modest price, of course. Yo, I ain't like desperate for money and just because I love that bitch Britney, yo. Word. I ain't desperate. Maybe just a little, yo. Call now. 1-800-RENT-A-K-FED or visit rentakfed.com for prices and estimates. Rent-A-K-Fed for when you need a clueless moron to abuse in life.
1047 at 560 WQAM. We got 952 votes on that poll, and boy, are they interested in those products I discovered. 10 already. How do you like that? That was the late edition. That's right on Brady Quinn's ass. He's got 13. By the way, his middle name is Tyler. Since Josh is okay. Josh Booty, by the way, was drafted by the Browns. He was their quarterback for about 5 minutes, Josh Booty.
Yes, he was.
Oh, you know that? Well, you looked it up.
I
you
forgot.
Didn't remember that.
No, I didn't even look it up. I just forgot.
Well, how do you like that? And he played for your Florida Marlins, for crying out loud, for about 2 minutes. I can't believe you forgot that. Even I remember that.
Well, I forgot it for a reason.
Now, wasn't that back during the Joe Angel days when before he got stabbed in the back by your buddy Dave, what's his name, O'Brien? I don't know what you're laughing about. It's true. He got stabbed in the back, and then they canned Joe Angel, and they kept Dave O'Brien. Then he went off and ran away to ESPN, which he sucks anyway. He sounds just like every other guy. And by the way, you're right about Joe Buck. He's weak. He is really weak.
I do like him for baseball games, but terrible for
on football. He's so freaking weak. Bad. They lay more garbage announcers on us during football. I say, dust off Pat Summerall and bring that old toad back. Get him out of the bar, off the bar stool, and bring his ass back. I'm even starting to get aggravated by Al Michaels. I always liked Al, but he's getting on my nerves. If he says "bull" one more time, the bull is on the 45-yard line. The bull. Get out of here, Al. Stop with the baloney. And Madden, bop, 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 bop. Good God. Although I will say this, nobody aggravates me worse than Joe Theismann. I never paid much attention to him because I never watched those games on ESPN.
Well,
but
just
Joe
keep the
Theismann,
volume down. That's what that's my new thing.
That's a good idea. It's a good way to watch a ball game is turn the damn sound down. It's a hell of a commentary on these great sportscasters we got, like Clarence, for example. Hey, Clarence, it's not too early to start thinking now about leaving QM and going and seeking your fortune as a big league broadcaster, baby. Come on, Clarence. Just leave, period, would be a good idea. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon. And one thing I like about Clarence, when he talks about sports, there's no punches pulled. You know what I'm saying? And pound 560 in the Verizon singular wireless lines. We're call-intensive again, if you're wondering what happened here. Oh, he's taking calls again? We are taking calls that haven't been invented yet from people who haven't even been hatched yet. Because we took that poll for a reason. I mean, what's the point of taking a poll if you're going to, ignore it, right?
Oh, just for fun?
No. Got to give the public what they want, baby, and the public wants these calls. They want to hear all of these rocket scientists out there. They want to have a chance to vent, to open up a mouth and say some crap. You know what I'm saying?
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is that people are full of crap. That's right, and they want to get rid of it, get it out of their system. Maybe that's your problem.
Oh, I just did during that last break.
Thank God. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Neil, last week you wanted to hear from someone that had been to the opening of the slot machines at Gulfstream.
Oh, this isn't Stan Wertheimer, is it?
Of course.
Go away, Stan. I said last week I want to hear from anybody except Stan Wertheimer. And by the way, quit wasting our envelopes or your envelopes in our mail and quit sending George a bunch of crap. We're not interested. Go away. If you looked up one-dimensional human being in Wikipedia, his picture would be right there. That's all he knows from. That's all he knows. Casino Stan, we don't want to hear from you. Today, 4 weeks from Sukkot, 85 years from next Tisha B'Av, we don't want to hear from you, okay? Go away, Stan. Do you want to hear from him?
No. Is that a trick question? I mean, he seems like a really nice guy. I met him once or twice.
I have met him on numerous occasions, okay, when I used to be stupid enough to do those public appearances,
Right.
And that's all he knows from. I mean, I like to go to Woodbine. I like to play the slots. I mean, I go there a lot, okay? I have a good time, lose my ass most of the time, but it's fun. Mm-hmm. But, Jesus, if that's your whole life, that's all you have to talk about is that? Go away, Stan! Now, isn't that something? I've been taking calls for less than an hour, and I already knew who the hell that was.
Oh, yeah. I heard him. First word.
Oh, God, he wears me out.
I hear him on the voicemails.
You wear us out, Casino Stan. You wear us out. Everybody wishes you would just go away, okay? With your worn out, he's got like dishpan hands, Probably from pulling too many machines or pulling something too much. Jesus God. Why the hell did you come up with this stupid ass idea of taking calls again? I think that's because Joe Bell talked you into it.
You know it.
WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, and a happy good day to you, and a happy Monday.
Happy life to you, yes.
Yeah, you're ranting on Joe Theismann. It's kind of curious when you think back in time when Mr. and Mrs. His parents are named they're named Theismann, and
Theismann.
Rumor has it that he changed his pronunciation to Theismann to rhyme with Heisman. So next time.
Something that was so pathetic it was almost good, wasn't it?
I'm loving it.
That was beautiful. That was
great.
So
Right.
lame that it was almost good in a very campy kind of way. Oh, speaking of campy, Dracula was on again the other day. Over the weekend.
Blech.
Dracula.
Yes.
I watched little bits and pieces. Yeah, I watched Renfield. Because he reminds me of our callers.
Oh, yeah.
A complaint that its town manager used a slavery term to refer to her black assistant has prompted Golden Beach to launch an investigation. You see this story?
Yeah.
Bonalyn Wilbanks Free, 57, who is white, called Barbara Tarasenko a mammy in front of other people last month, according to a memo sent from Councilwoman Camille Kalela Batista to other council members and the town attorney. In an attempt to apologize, Wilbanks Free told her assistant she loved Aunt Jemima. Oh, no.
Who doesn't?
Aunt Jemima. As most everyone knows, a mammy, including Aunt Jemima, is a derogatory persona invented by whites to represent the black female servant, Kalela Batista wrote. The mammy epitomizes servility with exceptionally natural cheerfulness. For many blacks, this sort of sentiment is as ridiculous and demeaning as any pickaninny. What is pickaninny?
I don't know. I've never picked any.
Kalela Batista brought the matter up at this week's town council meeting, but it was immediately shelved. They must have some heavy-duty issues to deal with in Golden Beach. Too much time on their hands. Because this could open up the town to legal implications, it's best that the matter go undiscussed until we know exactly what happens, said Town Attorney Stephen Helfman. Instead, he recommended having an outside firm to investigate the complaint. Although he expected to choose an investigator this week, there was no discussion how much that person would be paid during the and how long the investigation would take. Let's bring Joyce in, okay, and get her off our ass. You know, it's one hell of a commentary when the corporate legal bitch that they brought in, who doesn't know a radio from her ass, when she's out to hell-bent to destroy this show and me and you and Norma Kent and everybody associated with us, and she should only rot. And only wish that we had a general manager that had the balls to stand up to that bitch and would tell her to screw off, okay? But we got Joe Bell, who's too nice of a guy, okay? It's one thing to be a nice guy. It's another thing to be too nice of a guy. You know what I'm saying? As a pickaninny.
What?
Whatever that is. I don't even know what that is.
I guess we'll have to look it up.
Tarasenko, 55, told the Herald that she's been working in an intimidating environment since she began with the town 4 months ago. When she heard Wilbanks Free's comments, it felt like somebody kicked me in the stomach, she said. She went home crushed and humiliated. I don't know, I like that song by Al Jolson. Mammy, how I love you. Wasn't that Mammy? My good old Mammy?
Sure, Al Jolson.
I think that they need to show the Song of the South at the next town council meeting and calm everybody down a little bit. Take a chill. She went home crushed and humiliated, thinking of her grandmother who earned money for the family rearing white children. Wasn't that what Mark Foley does the same? At Tuesday night's council meeting, Wilbanks Free read a statement acknowledging recent criticism against her, but said she wanted to continue running the wealthy town of about 350 homes. Golden Beach. Isn't that where they used to have, like, guys with noses kind of like off to one side? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, used to.
Oh. You sure?
No.
I do wish to commend my staff that's been there for me and they're patient and supportive. And it goes on, and the client commented there, I don't care about it. Mammy my ass, you know? Mama la.
Yeah.
Ass. Mama la ass. That's what they say in Sweetwater. Mama la ass. And I'm sure it wouldn't be the first time. 974 votes on that poll. What'd I tell you? Almost 1,000 by 11 o'clock. And that's because I came up with ass. And I'm sure it wouldn't be the first time. 974 votes on that poll. What'd I tell you? Almost 1,000 by 11 o'clock. And that's because I came up with the brilliant idea of taking the calls again.
This is the Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain. Any questions?
I'm really happy that you're joining us via satellite from London, Madonna.
I'm very grateful for you to give me this chance to set the record straight.
Good. So tell us about this process that you went through to adopt David.
My wealth and my position made things go faster.
You used your wealth and celebrity to fast-track the adoption.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever speak to David's father?
Yes.
He says, according to the press, that he didn't fully understand what he was doing when he agreed to let you adopt his son. Is that true?
That is true. I spun a story that is completely false. And, you know, brought nothing but chaos to his life.
What do you want to say to David's father?
Simple man who has nothing. You're never going to see your child again.
Madonna's still not ready to make nice.
No.
Coming up.
I give oral, and I cannot turn anyone away.
That's obvious. 983 votes on the poll, man. That is pretty heavy duty in the first hour on our whole new deal. We got a new deal, don't you think?
Sure.
That FDR thought he had a new deal. We got the new deal here with Neil Schlemiel. 983 votes. Of all the things Neil talks about, which is the most interesting to you? Now, you've done this poll before. Too bad. You know? We're going to start getting picky. Starting tomorrow, George is coming up with the poll ideas every day.
Right. What's your favorite action movie every day?
Politics, 481. Well, forget about that. No more politics. Inside radio stuff, 172. Religion, 150. You see, you have to find a balance, you know what I'm saying, somewhere, and you can't do it. You can't do it. Because you think the people that want to hear the callers, you think that those people are, like, involved, interested, all of this stuff, you think they care. Right, exactly. Inside radio stuff, 172, like Joyce is a bitch and we wish he would die. That's inside radio. And Joe Bell is a wuss. Religion, 150. I hate this poll, 38. Only 3.8%. They like it. They be liking it. Gay stuff, 34. Amsterdam, 24. Hockey, 21. The track, 16. Can you believe that's Stan Wertheimer? Seriously,
Yeah,
I'm just foaming at the mouth.
He's all over the
that.
voicemail.
Yeah, don't worry. I had to talk to him for about 30 minutes. He called about last week.
Yeah.
Thank God you hung up on him because that conversation.
And why didn't you hang up on him?
I don't.
Kind of a weakling?
I just had it on speaker and I was working. I wasn't even really listening. Just typing.
Well, what was he rambling about? As if I have to know about
playing
Gulfstream?
slots at Gulfstream.
Oh, go to hell, Stan. Go to hell. The track, 16. Products he discovers, 13, like that Dreamfields pasta and the GT Express and the what is that? Flavor Wave and Boca Burgers. Brady Quinn, 13. I discovered him. I wish. Slots, 8. There you go, Stan. We'll give you the numbers of those 8 people who want to hear about slots, and you can call them up at home every day and do your own show. You idiot. You abomination, man. You bug me. Health problems, 7. Diets, 4. And sports, 3. That freaking Stan Wertheimer, he goes back about 100 years. I think ever since the day I came to this town 100 years ago. There he was on the phone. Well, casino gambling, yeah, and what's it going to do? Is it going to make it like into a big-time place? No. Nothing is going to change that place, man. It is what it is, and it's always going to be what it is, okay? A festering swamp. 991 on the poll. If I sound pissed off today, it's because I am. Because Joyce Fitch makes me want to vomit. And when I sit here thinking that, well, you know, what we've accomplished on this radio station with little or no promotion or help in the last 10 years, and the fact that we have to have this adversarial relationship with them, like it's us against them. We're the enemy. We're the bad guy. That's right. We're bad. We're evil. I'm a bad guy.
Right. We knew that.
Should have known that going in. Till you said, hey, we ought to go over to QAM, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Paxton, you know something? I already had signed that deal with Paxton. I signed it, and Norma Kent tore it up and talked me into coming over to this place. Now, if we would have stayed with Paxton, remember, like he wound up selling?
Right.
Then, of course, we'd have wound up with Cheap Channel, and we'd probably be syndicated on about 500 stations right now, making zillions of dollars every year, and without having to put up with this kind of crap like Joyce Fitch.
Well, it's a good thing that didn't happen.
Yeah, thank God for that. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil. First time, long time.
Yeah, right, and much too soon. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
QAM, yes, sir.
Hey, Kramer is Jewish.
Yeah, okay, good. Well, I'm happy for him, okay? I'll rub my mezuzah for him, yeah. He's Jewish.
Newsflash.
So is Macy Pipik, okay? And Ish Kabibble. WQAM, hello.
Hey, it's Monday, bastard.
WQAM, hello. See, I'll go to a certain point, and then all of a sudden I reach over, and my thumb hits that yellow thing, you know? It's just like an automatic reflex. That's another thing, Joyce. Heck of a job, honey. Doing a heck of a job. And that's, you know, you had your lunch with Joe Bell. You know the old Latvian expression, Gornish Telfin?
Is that what they say?
You might as well been talking to Felix the cat.
That's what I ordered for lunch.
What, cat?
No, Gornish
Maybe that's why your stomach is like, your kishkis are in a knot. I think it was that lunch that set you off.
Must have been.
Ever since then, you've been like sick as a dog or a cat. Where did that expression come from, sick as a dog?
I don't know. Dogs get sick, I guess?
No, I mean, they do get sick, but so does every other animal, don't they? Where did that come from? Sick as a dog.
I don't know.
Kind of what kind of crap is that?
People make up all kinds of stupid crap.
They do. Just ask Joyce, she'll tell you. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
This is Hillary Clinton wishing you happy holidays, baby.
Okay, thanks, Hillary. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Rod.
567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular wireless line. See, in the early stages of this, a certain sense of masochism makes it almost enjoyable. You know what I mean? I said almost. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil. Apparently Tom Brady is leaving the Patriots.
Yeah, okay, and you're leaving the phone right now, okay? You got an urgent call. Your shrink is on the phone. He said he's going to shrink it for you. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. As the hits just keep on coming. That's what we're going to do is 4 hours of this every day. You ready for that?
Sure, why not?
Well, what are you going to do when you're... That's what you do anyway when I'm not on.
Of course. I'm not going to read all those stories. I'm horrible at it anyway.
Well, yeah, that's what I think. That's what Josh told me. He said you stumble and fumfy a lot.
I do.
You don't even know what that means.
Don't know how to pronounce half the things I'm reading.
WQAM, hello.
Neil, right before I called you, I put on my tangerine lip gloss.
Yeah. Okay, great. WQAM, hello.
That's what Josh told me.
QAM.
Oh, Neil, God, how are you today, sir?
Okay, sir.
Say, are you still looking for the definition for pickaninny?
Yeah.
It's a racial slang term, Neil. I'm really surprised you haven't heard of it.
No, I never heard of it, okay? I'm not really big on some of the racial slang term. I'm going to have to brush up on that,
I know. It refers to small black children, but it originated from pequeños niños, which I'm sure George can interpret for you.
Well, how about that?
But anyway, man, over here in Fort Myers, you're booming in and there's no clouds. So
all right.
Okay, brother. Happy holidays.
Thanks a lot, Pally, and back to you. There's a call from Fort Myers. As a matter of fact, I should have told him that for the right price, we'd let him go over there and bust Joyce's neck.
Oh, I'll take up a collection.
Yeah, or I was going to say bash your brains in, but that would take a search party.
I'll start it off.
998 votes on the poll. I bet you if I refresh it, we got our 1,000 already, which means we got a fine job done, 999. Next vote will be 1,000th already. Pretty heavy duty for a Monday morning, especially right after Thanksgiving weekend. Aren't you impressed by that? No, you're not.
No.
You're not impressed.
No.
Aren't you impressed by these calls? No comment.
Always.
WQAM, hello.
Stories, good. Phone call, no good.
Oh. See, I'm telling you, one out of every 50,000.
That was a funny call.
Neil Rogers, good. George Rodriguez, no good.
WQAM, hello.
Now, if they could all be that good.
QAM.
Good morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Is this Neil in person?
Yes, it is.
In the flesh.
With my clothes on today, no less.
Wow. How exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been hearing you lately because I have been working a lot. I wanted to ask you if you have seen that show Dexter on Showtime.
No, I have not.
Or has anybody ever talked about it?
I never heard of it.
Oh, it's really good. I recommend it to everybody. I asked everybody if they've seen it, and so
they
far
all say no.
Everybody said no. But it's about a policeman who's like a serial killer, but.
We got 1,000 votes, by the way.
Oh!
That was just for the audience to say. Go ahead.
Yahoo!
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, if you had seen it, we could have a discussion about it. But if you haven't seen it, then...
Well, what's it about?
Well, it's about a kid who gets adopted by a police officer when he's a little boy. And he's like, he's on the dark side. He's like a serial killer kind of kid. But he winds up, his father, who adopts him, teaches him how to channel his psychotic behavior. Yeah. And he's a police officer in forensics, and he just goes after bad people and kills like other serial killers.
Well,
and does it like
that's
it's just very intriguing, and it's got a good plot, good characters, good dialogue, and.
Well, I'm gonna chase it down and find it.
Check it out, yeah. Showtime. It's on Sunday nights at 10, but then they have some reruns too. So they've had like 8 episodes or so, but it's very compelling, and I recommend it.
What are you playing in the background there? What is that?
Oh, it's On the Dark Side, because she said that.
On the dark side. You said he was on the dark side.
Has George seen the show?
No, but I've seen it listed. I've heard it was good from everyone that has.
You know what movie that's from On the Dark Side? That's from that awful. Eddie and the Cruisers.
Brutal.
With Michael Pere, which I'm sorry I mentioned it.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot, sweetheart.
Listen, I'm flattered. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you for making your call. See ya. She was very nice,
yes,
but don't anybody ever say thank you for taking my call. Why do people say that?
I guess they're
We ask you to call, and if you have something to say is when we ask you to call. If you're an idiot, we would, whatever you want.
We should be
This company
them.
doesn't care. This company doesn't give a flying crap what you do, okay? They don't care. They will not lift a finger. They won't raise an elbow up in the air. They won't fart over it, and that's fine. That's fine. Let me say it again. We have a hostile, a adversarial relationship with his company and just about everybody connected with it, and that's the way they want it, okay? Not the way I want it, or George wants it, or even Josh wants it, although he couldn't care less. That's the way they want it. And you know what? Chub Mindrid.
Oh, my God, your breasts are beautiful.
This is 2020. George, the Republicans had their ass handed to them during the elections. Here's a recording of what Dick said during his campaigning.
The President of the United States is dishonest. The President of the United States purposely misled the American people.
What do you think about that?
Dick Cheney's and a faithful Muslim.
Well, George, we got a surprise for you. Here's Dick Cheney himself.
George?
Dick, what are you doing with that BB gun?
Dick Cheney's an ass.
What are you doing?
George, I had no idea you were there.
Are you crazy?
I'm the guy who pulled the trigger and shot
The President of the United States
didn't know he was there.
Dick Cheney can off
tonight on 2020.
Okay, boys, now just calm down. It's 11:17 already. Holy crap, and we already got 1,012 votes on the poll? What did I tell you? Bringing these calls back would put us over the top, man. Give us about an 80 share again.
All right.
The masses out there don't want to hear someone pontificating and reading all of these erudite, all this garbage, okay? They don't want that.
Right.
And you should have learned that a long time ago, but no, being the hard ass that you are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and by the way, they got a new, what the hell was the product? I saw a product on TV over the weekend. Instead of waxing and instead of shaving your body, it's like it begins with a T. I forget what the name of it is. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, yeah, it's like a little thing, and it just, oh, yeah.
What do you like, just rub it?
Just rub it, yeah. Anyway, here's a couple of faxes. The first one says, and of course, leave it to these people out there. They don't know what they want. You know, I'm cringing with embarrassment listening to these calls. Stop, please, please, pretty please. And of course, the answer to that, no chance.
Don't stop.
Your mama, okay? It's been this way for as long as I can remember. And it's not going to change. The South Florida audience has got nothing to bring to the table. And we took about 100 calls there. And one of them was kind of cute, the one at whatever he said. The Scotty Mac Jr. guy.
Right.
So there you go. And, of course, the more you take, the more of those you get. And when you stop and think about the fact that over the years, over 30 years in the market, I had, like that one outstanding call to bridge tender that's like legendary at this point. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
So that goes to show another 30 years, we might get another one.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes. Like that. But I doubt it. See, I never knew that thing about Lassiter and the air, what is it, what that fake
Mr.
call?
Airstream.
Mr. Airstream. I never knew that was a rip-off of the bridge tender. I never heard it. And I guess you played it, which I have no idea where you got that from.
From the download site, we linked his blog and also the audio board where you could download and listen to various clips.
Don't you think you were going a little bit overboard?
No, well, Mr. Airstream was funny and killed a lot of time.
Oh. Like I said, that was good thinking on your part. Here's the other one. Joan Fleischman, who writes a really yenta column in the Herald, says North Miami Beach resident Monique Cherry, or is that Cherie, attending anger management classes for assaulting husband Luke earlier this year, has been rearrested for slicing his penis with a 3-inch razor blade.
Don't cut!
She confessed, cops say. I cut him. He can't force me to have sex with him. Officers took her to jail on an aggravated battery charge. Happened at their home around 9:30 p.m. November 7. Police say Monique, 50, asked Luke, 52, if he wanted oral sex, and he said yes. She went to her dresser, got the blade, and proceeded to perform fellatio. From Officer George Rocky Festa's report, Rocky Festa. Wow. I wonder if he uses a cesta, old Rocky Festa. I hear he's kind of a pesta. She used the razor blade to slice the victim's penis while he was erect, causing a severe laceration from the tip to the base.
Don't cut!
Their teenage son heard his dad's call for help and ran into the bedroom. The door was locked. Randy Bailey, 31, boyfriend of the couple's daughter, Barbara, 26, kicked it open. Luke was lying naked in bed holding Monique by her wrists. Her face and nightgown were covered in blood, Festa's report said. In her right hand was the razor blade. Bailey took it away. Barbara used a towel to stop his bleeding. Paramedics took him to Jackson Memorial Hospital's Ryder Trauma Center. I guess that's where you take a sliced penis, to the trauma center. Barbara told police her parents used to hit each other and that their mother has become more aggressive and violent toward the family. The report says Monique has been treated for schizophrenia and diagnosed with bipolar disorder but refused to take her medicine.
Yeah.
Monique stated she intentionally sliced him so she could die in jail, the report says. Luke is out of the hospital. He says he's okay, but wouldn't elaborate, wouldn't give no details. Well, how do you like that? There's the kind of news story that we're always game for here on this show. Anything that's got to do with, like, privates.
Something you can sink your razor into.
1020, like KDK in Pittsburgh, but now it's 1023. I don't know what's 1023 on the dial. I guess nothing. 1023 on your AM dial. One of all the things that Neil talks about, which is the most interesting to you? We still don't have that package yet, so they haven't called yet. When that phone rings, though, I'm going to go racing out of here.
I got Al Jolson all queued up, ready to go.
Not Mammy.
Wait a minute.
Mammy, how I love you. You don't have that, do you? That's bad. That's it.
I got Skizzles.
I used to have that on the 78 RPM.
Everything seems lovely.
All right.
When you start to roam, the birds are singing.
So who'd you like better, Larry Parks or Al Jolson? Okay, that's enough right now.
Oh, he was the jazz singer. He was the original.
Yeah. He was Jewish, by the way. Just like, what's his name? Michael Richards.
Yeah.
Of all the things Neil talks about, which is the most interesting to you? Politics, 491. Inside radio stuff, 181. Religion, 159. And after that, it's really small taters. I hate this poll. Only 39, 3.8% of over 1,000 people. How do you like that? Gay stuff, 36. They like gay stuff. Amsterdam, 25. Hockey, 23, which we never discussed because who cares about the Panthers? Obviously nobody. Especially when the Washington... You know, my schedule on Friday, you were out. It said the Panthers were hosting the Washington Senators at the Mac Arena. The only problem is the Washington Senators are an ancient baseball team that no longer exists from a zillion years ago in the American League. It's the Ottawa Senators and the Washington Capitals whom the Leafs beat Friday night 7-1 before going into a coma against the Bruins on Saturday, while the Panthers were losing to Ottawa 6-4 and then losing to Atlanta over the weekend 1-0. Now, who the hell did I hear say that Alex Ault, the goalie, is the future of the Panther organization? I got news for you. If he's the future of that organization, that team ain't got no future because he sucks. But anyway, hockey 23, products he discovers 16, the track 16, Brady Quinn, a lucky 13, baby. I thought he wore number 10. I'll give him a 10. Slots 9, health problems 8. Josh is very upset, by the way, that they kept showing Brady Quinn way too much during that USC Notre Dame game on Saturday night.
That's right.
Very upset. I liked it. He looked good to me. I mean, they got the... See, it's a perfect combination with me. It's a win-win situation, you know?
Quinn situation.
That's correct. Slots 9. Let's talk about the slots. Let's get Stan Wertheimer on the... I just got a great idea.
Yeah?
We can endear these people to us by doing like they do on the sport shows.
Oh,
we can start having segments.
genius.
Let's have Stan Wertheimer do the slot machine segment.
Slot.
Yeah. Woo! I got the Red 7 and the 5 times in the Wheel of Fortune,
right.
baby. $3,000. All right.
And then we could do, the different tracks.
Right.
All, thoroughbred, harness, and dog.
Health problems 8, sports 4, and diets 4. And we could talk about harness racing a lot, too. Talk about Del Manges.
Highlight. Let's talk about Highlight.
Buddy Gilmore.
Get a Highlight segment on there.
Right.
Talk
Lloyd
about
Gilmore,
Pepe
George
and
Gilmore,
PB and
John
all
Gilmore,
those Highlight players,
etc. Doug Gilmore. See, that's pretty clever. They're mixing harness racing and hockey a little bit together.
The hell?
Well, listen to the audio on that.
Must have a towel over his head.
Yeah, that was Bill Hewitt when he was a little under the weather and under the towel there from 100 years ago. Leafs and the Bruins, no less. Look at that. There's Phil Esposito. Let's get hockey intensive.
Oh!
WQAM Hockey Headquarters. Hello.
Neil, I missed you taking calls.
Well, here we go. Here's your chance right in the sunshine, baby. Right in the daylight. Step out there. It's your moment of glory.
Hey, when you read the bedtime stories, it reminded me of Mark Scheinbaum reading the Norman Schwarzkopf book for a year straight.
I got news for you, man. I ain't no Mark Scheinbaum. Not yet. I'm working on it.
Hey, can you replace the S word with Shiite?
Yeah, okay. We already did that. But that's our audience, man. They're a little bit slow. They're a little bit slow. Let's hear some Al Jolson again. What do you say? 1036 on the poll, man. I tell you, the sky's the limit today. And that's another thing. I don't care. I'm not going to get all whipped up. Let's go for 1,000. Who cares,
Right.
I got a whole different attitude, especially after I had that phone call from Norma Kent Friday night. I'm not calling to get you aggravated, but and then he goes in. We're in the middle of Thanksgiving weekend, Mm-hmm. Norma, you are a quisling and a fruitcake, okay? A screaming, flaming fag. A silly person. I don't want to get you upset. And it was really nothing I needed to hear. It was absolutely nothing other than something that would just aggravate me, okay? Mostly about Joyce. Joyce this and Joyce that. Why don't you go over there and take a just like that woman sliced the husband's penis, okay? Why don't you take a sharp razor blade over there to the West Coast and slice Joyce's penis in half? That would be good. She'd deserve it.
She's got a big one, I understand.
Razor blade. Here's a fax that says, talking about getting rid of body hair, I use Nair with cucumber to remove my body hair. My girlfriend does it for me. It's a 15-minute process and really works. Oh, from Stuttering Gill. Stuttering Gill's got a girlfriend. And her name is...
Oh, I don't know. Stuttering Jill?
John.
The biggest names, the best talent. This is Neil Rogers, Sports Radio 560 QAM.
You really need to go? X-Lax can help. When you really want to go with X-Lax.
This week on Fox, O.J. Simpson stars in If I Did It.
I just went off. I apologize.
Homer Simpson stars in If I'm a Cartoon Character.
Me love beer.
And Jessica Simpson stars in...
Wait, I'm confused.
If I'm a Dumb Blonde.
Everyone knows that chicken of the sea is tuna, but what you might not know is that tuna is fish, not chicken.
This week...
I never thought I'd say this about a TV show, but this is kind of stupid.
Only on Fox.
WQAM 79. Another hour of music power.
Oh, that's it. F-U-N, baby. We're bringing the fun back into radio. Isn't that what we're doing today?
Sure. Let's say that's what we're doing.
Fun for some. 1047, fun for the feeble-minded. 1047 on the pool. And the faxes, man, what are you sending me here? Just stuff pouring in here.
Crap.
Some
nonsense.
crap?
Yeah.
Wow. You see that? We got more faxes today than we did all day Friday. Of course, we didn't get any Friday. You want to know why?
You were playing bits all day?
We were playing bits all day, and there was nobody in that room anyway to send them if they did come in. Is there anything in the Constitution prohibiting Hillary for president? I said, I don't...
No, not that part, the second part.
Oh, and look at this. P.S. Gulfstream's got no Wheel of Fortune, which it says, boo, amen. I'm waiting for Pompano Park to get the slots in the spring or in the winter, whenever, after the first of the year. I want my own Wheel of Fortune machine, Mom. One that's like on 100% payout all the time.
Your own name on it, like on a plaque?
That's correct. Oh, you can't sit there. That's Neil's machine, man. So anyway, I'm not interested in politics, okay? I gave it up. I gave it up as of this weekend. Just like I gave up Joyce, and I gave up Joe Bell, and gave up any, hope of any meaningful relationship with this company. They suck. They're pathetic. They're a bunch of clowns, you know? They want to, like, wave a magic wand like that sounder you got there, whatever the thing is. Where is it?
Which one?
The magic wand.
Oh, that wand.
That's
that wand.
It. And, like, all of a sudden everything's just going to fall into place and be hunky-dory. Speaking of Jim Dory, boy, he sure looked good. Of course, that's a long time ago. He don't look so good anymore. 27 till noon at 560 WQAM. Well, let's see, how's Brady Quinn doing on a poll? He's still got 13 votes. He's behind the track, behind the 8-ball, and behind the track. And Josh doesn't think he's going to be the number one draft pick in the draft. Oh, man. You are so jaundiced and jaded, you know?
Whatever. You think he's as good as he is good looking, I guess.
Well, that's a good line.
He has broken almost every record in the history of Notre Dame. He's like awesome. Awesome. He picks the opposition to pieces, apart. And if they wouldn't have kept dropping his balls in that game against USC, they might actually have been in that game, although they were playing against a much superior team.
Well, I don't think he's going to cut it in the league.
You don't think he's going to cut it?
No.
Let me make a suggestion to you, okay? Cut the crap. I could still cancel that check.
Like I said, he is the number one draft pick.
Who cares, okay? You think I give a damn about that? He's going to be a superstar, baby. The Dolphins, boy, I mean, he's no Joey Harrington, I'll give you that. And, of course, you notice now how everybody's kissing up to Joey Harrington. Oh, he was so good in that game against the Lions, his former team. Give me a break. A bunch of overgrown children. That's the problem with the so-called sports fans in South Florida. They're like a bunch of overgrown chillins. Pathetic. And God forbid. I mean, like it was some surprise they had to have a press conference on Friday to announce that Larry Coker was getting fired. Like everybody didn't know that after he lost 2 games. When you're coaching a Hurricane football team, baby, in this town, you lose 1 game, you got real problems. They turn on you like a cornered rat. You lose 2 games, and they totally lose interest. How many people they have there for the BC game Thanksgiving night? 23,000?
Well, so they say.
Yeah, maybe 15,000, maybe. Who the hell wants to go see a team that's lost 6 games? Oh, but it's our Hurricanes, right. and we put that piece of garbage on the air on Friday. I am so... Neither one of you probably heard it. Is it still in there, I wonder?
What?
That they came racing in there with some piece of... About, well, we are the Hurricane station, and Hurricanes made a coaching change, and we'll be talking about it starting at 2 today. In other words, because you got this damn Neil Rogers show on right now, he's playing the rack all day on the day after Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Playing
and
the
even
rack.
if he weren't, he didn't want to talk about it anyway. What is there to talk about? About old Larry Cokehead, okay? So he won one national championship. That's ancient history. They lost 6 freaking games. And this business about their bowl eligible, oh, my God. That to me is just like a slap right in the face, you know what? That would be like if Joyce came into your living room and just lifted up her skirt and just dropped a huge load all over your carpet.
Wouldn't
just like that. Yeah, well, she already did that to the show.
Right.
At least she keeps trying. And I got news for her. I'm going to ignore that bitch. She's got nothing to do with me. I have nothing to do with her. She got nothing to do with me or this show. She would know a radio if we took my big old Zenith radio from when I was a kid, which is a pretty big radio, and shoved the whole thing way up inside her gut and her butt. And these people, well, corporate legal said that just a bunch of wussies we got there, man. Remember that story I had a couple of weeks ago about that guy? His name was Pusey. Remember that?
Yeah.
Gary Pusey, I think.
Sure.
That's what they are. 5670560. Pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. If Norma Kent ever calls me with more aggravation that I don't need, that's about stuff that I don't need to hear about, I'm not interested. What word don't you understand? You see, and he's always calling when he's either on the way or he's at the arena with a hockey game, because he's got some young Twinkie there with him, some punk that he probably picked up on a street corner there in Fort Lauderdale. He's got some goofball there at the game. He's trying to, I'm going to call Neil Rogers now, my number one client. Like those kids have any idea who the hell Neil Rogers is? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jesus, Norma, just go away, okay? If you want to call somebody and get all whipped up, call up Joe Bell, okay? He's used to it. Call him up. Talk about his lunch with George. 567. And see, if they're not going to keep their phones ringing the whole 4 hours, then I'm going to have to go back tomorrow to start and intersperse a bunch of crap, which I don't want to do that.
Well, like you said, they need some training. Maybe you'll have to whip them.
No, this is the way it always has been.
Well, I know
They want the calls, but there just aren't any. They have no material. They got nothing to say. After all this time, you know what it reminds me of?
What's that?
It reminds me after I was off the air for 7 months when Paxson paid me to go away.
Uh-huh.
And I was mostly in Europe during those 7 months, having a wonderful time. Kind of a old time. And then I come back, and all this stuff had happened in the other room. Diana died, and the Andrew Cunanan thing on Miami Beach in that houseboat. There were a lot of pretty significant stories happening in the 7 months. And I get on the air, and they got nothing to say.
Sure.
About anything. That's the one thing that will never, ever change.
Right. The problem isn't the calls.
If it was some kind of an ethnic thing like Alien, then we got callers from people I've been in, whose banana boat hasn't even made it ashore yet.
All saying the same thing, of course, but
right.
But lined up to do it.
During the Alien thing, they were all going like that. WQAM, hello.
Neely.
Yes, sir.
What's the dealie? Welcome back, George.
Yo.
Hey, the Miami Dolphins, Larry Cokehead, and all these callers are...
He's got a board.
He's got his own board and his own sound effects and his own material. All right, you're hired, Pally. We're going to put you on for a weekend show as long as there are no punches pooed on your show.
Hey, if you had a morning show, I'd listen to it.
No punches pooed. Yeah, that's right. We'd listen to this morning show, especially if we didn't have any segments with these boring sports nerd guys. Although now that we got Lamar Thomas on the air, man, well, I sure think he's going to beat the competition to a pulp. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. Here on a station that has no self-respect, man. None. Eric Reed talking through his teeth. It's Eric Reed, the voice of the Heat. By the way, the Heat stink this year, and they got no for a while. How long is he going to be out, Josh? Do we know?
No, I don't.
Well, you better get on it.
For a while.
For a guy that don't know Josh Booty from your own. I can't believe that. Now, when even I remember Josh Booty and you don't, that tells me that you're trying to get all that part of your life out of your head.
No,
you're trying to forget all about it. Working with a guy with a bad hairpiece and a really hot wife. I mean, Dave Van Boring. I don't know why you get so hostile about that. He's terrible, man. He's awful.
No, he's not.
He's awful. In fact, you said off the air that call that we played, that promo, that the Marlins win the World Series, that was the most embarrassing call in the history of baseball, okay? And you said it. And who am I to disagree? But you're right about Joe Buck. He sucks on football. He's bad. Boring. See, the problem is now you got Fox and CBS and ESPN. You got like 80 million ball games on there now, and they don't have any announcers to broadcast the games. So they put all these turds on there, you know, and all these old, washed up like Don Criqui and Dick Stockton. I hope you're in Boca listening, Dick. You really, like I told you, right to your ear, man, that time Hank put him on the air. Remember, he sucks. Maybe a good Jewish boy, Dick, but you know, he's lucky to have that wife. Is that a miracle or what? Of all the things Neil talks about, which is the most interesting to you? Politics, 506. Well, the election's over. There's nothing to talk about, okay? Bush bashing. You know, what's there to say? Talk about preaching to the choir. Inside Radio Stuff, 188. And the Inside Radio News is that Joyce blows. Religion, 166. And after that, the rest are like teeny tiny. I hate this poll, only 42, 3.9%. Gay Stuff, 38. Amsterdam, 27. Hockey, 25. Let me see if they got the audio fixed on that Leafs TV.
Wayne Carlton getting his 20th, 21st.
Oh, look at that. They're showing a nice old game. Boston 8, Toronto 3. That's good. We want to remember those games. Hockey, 25. The track, 17. Products he discovers, 16. Well, I'm going to go out and try to discover some new things every day, you know?
All right.
Brady Quinn, 13. I'm going to have a meet with Brady and see if I can discover something. I know the first place I'd look. Health problems, 9. Slots, 9. Sports, 5. And diets, 5. Let's do some diet talk. What do you say?
Ooh.
In fact, last night, the infomercial, the Ron Popeil infomercial for the, what's that toaster thing? That rotisserie he's got.
All right.
And now they're pumping the Atkins. Little bit behind the times, Ron, if you ask me. But
the
nevertheless.
biggest names, the best talent.
A little bit late, Ronnie.
Rogers, Sports
Enjoy
Radio
your 70 million.
WQAM.
You get a lot of big sports with Neil Rogers on Sports Hole Radio WQAM.
Now, Inside Edition. George, rumor has it you're not very good with computers.
I hear there's rumors on the internets.
Yeah, there are rumors on the internets. Lots of them.
We can have filters on internets.
Yeah, I'm going to try to teach you a little bit about computers.
Is there hope for me? Do I have a chance?
Well, young children can do it.
Is our children learning?
Yeah, much faster than you. Now, pay attention.
Yes?
This is your computer keyboard.
You're not supposed to touch because it might shock you.
No, it's not going to shock you. Now, do you know what Google is?
Yes. One of the things I've used on the Google is to pull up maps, and it is dangerous.
No, it's not dangerous.
But,
Okay, George, here, you take the keyboard. Now, you surf the internets with the Google.
All right. Damn.
Whoa! Inside Edition. We'll be right back.
It is dangerous.
14 to noon at 560 WQM, your new and improved Neil Rogers show with 80 billion calls every day, okay? We're going to go through these like stink on Joyce. Are we not?
Okay.
You'll see.
When they
I don't see any calls on the board though right now. Let's go start with this one. Okay, that's a good one. That's one of our better ones. 5670560. See, one thing I don't want to lecture anybody, but I'll do it anyhow. Don't give me a song and a dance about how we got to have the calls back and he's got to talk to these people. And then, of course, there aren't any calls, you know. I've gone through that for like 20 of the last 30 years in this town. For like 28 of the last 30 years. Because other than the 4 or 5 misfits who are calling like 400 times a day, other than that, there aren't any calls. They have nothing to say.
Right.
You see that flurry on there now?
I see it. Oh, there it is, flurry of 1.
WQAM, hello.
Good morning, Neil. Welcome back.
Welcome. Why do people keep saying welcome back? What does that mean?
Because
welcome
you're
back from what?
You're taking phone calls again. That was part of your whole schnitt. Hey, Mancow is a lot better. Mancow is a lot funnier than you are.
Yeah, great. Well, have a good time listening to him, okay? 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. And thanks very much, by the way, for calling to inform me of that, okay? He's a panic. He's going to have a 0.1 in the market. Just like all the other, all these other shows they import. Just like Bill O'Reilly with his point.
You fairy.
WQAM, hello.
Neil, remember
Yes, sir.
we used to have that handicap show on the satellite TV from Pompano Park?
What are you talking about?
You used to handicap the horses on the satellite dish.
Yeah.
From Pompano Park.
Yeah.
You did that with...
All right.
I forgot.
I'm
what we were
turning on
missing.
Mancow myself. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Good.
Yeah. And did I hear correctly? You say you shed a tear, or you almost shed a tear?
Really?
Oh, all right. No, I mean, you're checking out. That's all, man.
Hey, don't stop now. These are great.
Hey, they are good, man. This is what they want. This is what Joe Bell wants, baby. He didn't have the balls to come and tell me that, you know. They told you something about, what I'm hearing is that they want the calls back. Well, they got the calls back, okay, Joe? I hope you're really happy now, okay? I hope this is the kind of show that you can be proud of. And when we start inserting those sports segments, man, with Pat Summerall and Bo Schembechler from his deathbed, then we're going to have some really great... And Lou Holtz. Let's get all the old farts on here, okay? Let's get Bobby Bowden on there. What do you say? Let's get, what's his name? He ain't doing much. Let's get Larry Cokehead with a segment on the show. What do you say? And Dave Van Boring. Maybe he can show us what a really bad hairpiece looks like. He said Mo ain't got nothing on him. That's what Josh told me. He said Mo's hairpiece looked beautiful compared to what that muskrat that Dave Van Boring was running around with in the press box. He said people used to scatter up there when he'd come in. Isn't that what you said?
That's what he said. He's not in here right now.
No, don't tell me he's taking a gigantic Joyce again now. Wow.
Yeah, he ordered like 3 meals from Howie's, or 4. He's eaten.
Which
3
reminds
of them
me,
already.
how can you let me forget about my bacon this morning?
I'm sorry.
Well, that's because we were too busy. Well, you've been away for a week, and I was catching you up to date with all the bitching and moaning and all that.
Out of the routine.
So I didn't have time to go in there and make my microwave bacon. That's bad. Maybe I should do that right now while you're taking over
ordered
the rest of the show.
a week's worth of food and has already gone halfway through it, and it's gone halfway through him.
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Have you got a chance to see the movie Borat?
No. George.
It was very, very, very good movie.
Yeah.
Hi, Dad.
Uh-huh. Yeah, like the first 2 times you got on, and this time you got on the same as the first 2, okay? That still ain't going to work.
And it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what?
He calls even though he never gets on.
It still doesn't matter because it ain't going to never get on the air, and they're not going to do anything about it anyway.
Right.
5670560.
Hey, here's
Pound
Josh.
5. What is it?
There's Josh toweling his face off.
Wow. Toweling his face off?
Yeah.
What do you do, stick his face in the toilet?
I think he worked up a sweat. Fell in there.
Wow. Well, that's what happens when you order 4 meals. Well, he's got to make up for lost time. You know, he wasn't there on Friday.
He's eating like a snake.
I'm sure he didn't have more than like 75 meals from Thanksgiving. Are they going to do anything? Now, not that I care about Line 1 because it's not like we're getting flooded with call today, but are they going to do anything about that sometime this year or not?
I doubt it.
Right. WQAM, hello.
Neil, I was watching that NFL show on CBS, and Shannon, he goes...
Okay, good. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Oh, hi. I was wondering if I could speak with Neil.
Speaking.
Oh, Mr. Rogers.
Yes, Mr. Caller.
The reason I'm calling is, first of all, to tell you how extremely entertaining you are and how amazing your powers of association are. But the other thing I'm calling about is, although...
Enough for the talking.
What is it?
What's that?
What is it?
No. Yeah, what I'm saying is that when you do elect to take callers, which I don't think you need to do because most of them are pretty annoying, when you do elect to do that, sometimes it just seems as if those people who are calling just to try to be nice or just to say hello or just to tell you anything, sometimes you're so rude to them when they are trying to just be decent with you.
When they're just trying to kiss my ass because it's boring.
No. It's
boring. No, yes. It's boring. It's like when people would call up Larry King, the same thing. Oh, I really love your show. Thank you. It's boring. It's ass kissing. Nobody wants to hear that, including me.
No, I don't mean that people are trying to kiss your ass. I mean that people are just trying to legitimately say something to you.
Well, you know, there can only be one arbiter of what's interesting and what's boring. And
that's
if I think
true.
somebody is boring, like Casino Stan, for example, who's been boring me with the same crap for 30 years now, I don't want to hear him. That's all.
And neither do the listeners.
Correct.
I'd much rather have a show with just you talking instead of having, ridiculous phone calls.
Well, we tried that for a couple of months, and believe me, the audience don't want to hear that. We took that poll, and we had 80 billion votes on there, and overwhelming, they can't stand it. They don't want no part of that.
Right. Well, at any rate, I did want to thank you.
Believe me, it's 10 times as much work for me, but nevertheless, they still don't want it, and the hell with them. Have a great day, pal.
You too.
See you. You say you too? I can't stand them. 1,106 votes on the poll, man. They're coming in chunks today. You see that? And that's because the audience is euphoric. They're dancing on the tabletops, man. They're dancing in the streets. You'll see. It'll be on the front page of every damn newspaper, the Weekly Reader. You'll come to realize what a bad mistake you made. Talking me into reading that stale, old crap.
Brutal. Boring.
God.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, it's draining. It's a draining experience.
Can imagine.
By 2 o'clock, my kishkis are aching. They're aching inside, my colon. Feel like just laying in the corner and passing out, or at least eating a half a gallon of ice cream. That's another thing. It's bad for my health. Reading all those bedtime stories can be hazardous to my health. By the way, Joyce, I got something that's hazardous to your health. WQAM, hello. QAM, hello.
Darth Vader.
Oh, yeah. WQAM, hello.
Hey, can I talk to Neil?
Speaking.
Hey, what's up, Neil?
How you doing, sir?
Good. I didn't know I was going to get right on with you there.
Well, you're on right away. I punched it up just like magic.
Hey, did you actually leave the Miami area?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, did you actually move out of the area?
No, I still have my house there.
Oh, okay.
I don't live there I'm there like maybe 20 days a year, and that's 20 days too much. That's about good enough for me.
Probably the 20 coldest days up north, right?
No, just the 20 most boring days of my life.
No, I haven't called you in a really long time. You know what it is, Neil? I think a lot of your fans actually moved out of South Florida.
Yeah,
I think we all kind of got the message of what a rat hole that place is.
Right, that's correct. Well, what do you mean that place? Where are you calling me from now?
I'm actually listening to you online, and I'm calling you from Orlando, which I have to tell you is not much better.
Woo. Heavy duty, you're right.
Step up.
Wow.
Well, when I moved here a few years ago, it was really nice, but then all the people from South Florida
that's like heaven for Goyam, yeah.
I was down in Miami this past weekend. I think I know why you don't get a lot of calls down there. I was down in Miami to visit some family for Thanksgiving, and I took my daughter to a playground down there in Pinecrest, which is a pretty affluent area.
How old's your daughter? About 34?
No, 6.
Oh, okay.
So I took her there to play, and the kids were not friendly at all. They were very competitive.
Hostile, that's right. And hostile and suspicious and what are you doing here? Like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, just like the adults, right.
Well, what was interesting about the adults is that I would say about 85% of them did not speak English at all.
Right.
And out of the ones...
Well, listen, I hope you have a good life in Orlando, okay?
I was just telling Josh.
11:09. Oh, well, there we go with that same old crap again. It's just like, now Stephen Harper says, Quebec is a nation. Quebec, nation my ass, okay? It's like South Carolina's a nation. It's just all this separatist crap, man. Speak it English. That's what he's trying to say. Usually it's the women that start with that. Maybe he's like a real lady or something.
The biggest names, the best talent. This is Neil Rogers, Sports Radio 560.
They're coming to Orlando, baby. They're going to...
This is Brady Quinn. Whenever I shave my balls, I listen to the Neil Rogers 12 to 1 hour.
Scott Brady's out. I want to win. You ain't seen no man quite like Brady Quinn.
All right.
He's a football playing dude, a solid wall of meat. The kind of guy that I want to do that's good enough to eat. I wonder if he'll go on a date, but there's no chance at all. So does that make me a sports queer if I want to see him grab the balls? Oh, baby, wow, look at that kid. You ain't seen no man quite like Brady Quinn. I got a high-def TV screen that helps me see his buns. I can drool all I wanna, but I ain't gonna never get none. Notre Dame's a publishing school, okay, that's not so great.
About 30 minutes.
I'm over him madly, at least until he's 28. Scott Brady's out. I want some Quinn. You ain't seen no man quite like Brady Quinn. Oh, baby, wow. Look at that kid. You ain't seen no man quite like Brady Quinn. La, 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 la.
Okay, 12:02. I guess that's the first time you heard that, right?
Yes, it is.
Well, it's cute. Kind
Yes,
of
it
gay,
is.
but nevertheless.
Uh-huh.
And so is Brady. 1,121 votes on the poll. Of all the things Neil talks about, which is the most interesting to you? It's an excellent poll question. We've done it before, but you know what? Too bad. And let me just make one other comment, too, for that putz up in Orlando with his, his hysteria over the Spicks and whatever he really wants to talk about, which he doesn't want to say it. That's why he moved away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he's not the only one. But nevertheless, I mean, he's got the point about nobody speaks English, but you know something?
Surprise.
Too bad.
It doesn't.
We don't do that. I'm not interested in anybody. You know, I've survived this long, 30 years
About 30,
in
man.
the speaking market, almost 10 years on this radio station. And let me just ask you this. What is it that we ask for on this station? Do we ask for anything, basically, other than to get paid on payday, which they haven't? Nice go with the checks, by the way. Keep it going.
Right.
That's about all I can say for them.
Working equipment would be nice.
The equipment that works would be nice, but we don't even make a big fuss about that, even though it's an embarrassment and unprofessional and pathetic. Pathetic!
And we'd like to be left alone.
Well, when the hell's that going to stop? When Joyce croaks?
Yeah.
I mean, like on Friday, I'm sitting here and I'm playing the rack. And, of course, you remember in previous years, I would work many times on Thanksgiving Day, for whatever reason, because I was stupid, I guess. And I would play the rack. And there was a great choice of stuff to play. And like I told Miguel on Friday, I'm sitting in here going through the rack, and I'm like, out of every 10, there's like maybe 1 or 2 that I can play. And everything else, we can't play that. We certainly can't play that, you know.
For no good reason. See, we would understand if there was
I can understand it because the Janet Jackson and the FCC and all that. I can understand that. And because Greg's an idiot and Daniel lost the license, I understand all of those things. But because Joyce makes up all of these, makes it up as she goes along, because she'll do anything in her power to screw with this show. And, of course, when your own attorney tells you that months ago and in the meantime is taking crap from her, see, if I'm him, I would go to court right now and I'd sue her ass. That's what I would do. I'd sue her ugly ass, Norma, instead of calling me like some kind of a pansy on the phone, okay? Oh, I don't really want to aggravate you, but then he goes and aggravates for half an hour, mostly about Joyce. I'd be on the phone right now with Joe Bell screaming like a lunatic, like a ranting and raving silly-ass queen, Norma. That's what I'd be doing, instead of calling me and just taking, 64 years old just earlier this month. I'm an old fart. How much time have I got left,
I don't know, like
how many days, how many minutes have I got left?
About 30
minutes.
Your last one.
Could croak right here on the air. That's right. I could die by 12:06 for all I know. And I need to have my guts ripped out by some cockamamie screwball goofball. Oh, what I went through with Joyce this week, well, too bad, okay? Hang up on the bitch. Anyway, 1,128 votes on the poll. Of all the things that Neil talks about, which is the most interesting to you? Politics, 539. Get over it, okay? Get over it. We don't have another election for 2 years. Get over it. Inside radio stuff, 196. Well, we're sure giving them plenty of that today. And believe me, it's not a pretty picture. It's gross. Religion, 172, and after that, everything else it pales into insignificance, according to them. I hate this poll, 45, still only 3.9%. That's mighty low. Amsterdam, 30. How many?
About 30, man.
Hockey, 28, 26, whatever it says. Products he discovers, 18, like that Ron Popeil Vagematic. The track, 17. Brady Quinn, 16. Health problems, 9. Slots, 9. Yeah, Slotworthheimer and the Stan segment.
The slot.
Yeah. Sports, 5, and diets, 5. Solamente 5, 50 banane.
Matter of fact, I think there are a lot of sports that aren't getting their due amount of attention.
Like water sports.
Curling.
Yeah.
Tetherball.
We need to have a hockey show. Let's have a regular segment with Rimmer on the air. That's what we need.
Badminton.
A freaking hockey show. You can tell by those gigantic Panther crowds.
Table tennis.
That South Florida is really heavy. There's Sidney Crosby, and good God, is he ever ugly or what? Great player, but man, is he ugly. God, he could stop a clock with that schnoz. So anyway, that's what we got on the poll so far, and we're back to taking a lot of calls today. And so far, we had one really good one. It was short and sweet and right to the point. I'm trying to remember exactly, being feeble like I am, what he said.
Neil Rogers, good. George Rodriguez, no good.
Yeah, something like that. Now, where did you meet up with him again? I really don't understand the background.
He was in town a while back.
Yeah. And he called you?
A year-ish ago,
What did he call you, midget?
I think he got back in touch with Tony Yip here in the building, or somehow we.
Now there's a good guy. There's a good guy, Tony Yip. There's somebody we actually like.
Walked in from the parking lot with him this morning, and always happy to see Tony the Yipster, who looks like the day you first saw him. Still,
no, he does not.
Trust me.
I seen him the last time I was there. What are you talking about? He looks like.
You look a little bit closer than I do. I'll give you that.
Believe me, the first day that I seen him, he looked really. He's
15,
a good guy. Don't start. See,
and right now he looks.
You have to turn it into a
18,
thing, you know.
Whatever. He's a good guy.
He is a good guy. He's a great guy.
Whether or not you think he's cute, but anyway, all of us who used to work on IOD together.
Lifts the high shot over the glass.
We're getting a little hockey in the background now. Go ahead.
So Scotty Mac wound up in the building here. I think Tony was the one that brought him in, and I dragged him into the studio to get some new audio from him.
He came there dressed in drag. That wouldn't be the first time.
Neil Rogers, good. George Rodriguez, no good.
Because like in the olden days, as you know, that we could take Scotty Mac into a recording studio and tell him to say anything, and he would.
And he would do it, because he's a simpleton. That's right.
He's great.
He's an idiot.
He has no embarrassment factor.
No, he's not great.
Whatsoever.
He's just a simpleton. Okay,
He's hysterical.
Let me paraphrase. He's a great simpleton.
He's a pip. He's a hoot.
Simpleton.
He's a larf a minute.
WQAM, hello. He was really good with a silly string on that trip to Vegas. That was good. WQAM, hello.
And the sulfur bombs were my favorite.
Yeah. QAM.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
Listen, just wanted to let you know I got an Arbitron diary. Actually, I got 3.
All right. We love you, sir.
So, you're on there even for my 14-year-old who's in school at noon.
Love you, Pally.
Hey, quick question. You guys got a bit that says, I hate this place, nothing works here. Where's that from?
Where's that from, George?
Or something?
That's Bellevue Brian. What is that from?
That's from an HBO special called Inside Bellevue. That's a cat named Brian who ran around the building saying that over and over again, and I thought it was funny.
I hate this place.
So I sampled
Nothing works here. The medications don't work. I've been here for 7 years. Nothing works here. I hate this place. Nothing works here. The medications don't work. I've been here for 7 years. I hate this place. Nothing works here.
Which sums up QM to a T, by the way.
That's awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot, Pally.
Have a good
How do you
one.
like that? There's a guy that's got his whole family listening. They're religiously glued to that radio. And, boy, we need some help on that score, let me tell you. See, because this last trend that came out, and you were on vacation when it came out, thank God. And the only reason we knew it was coming out is because I had some kind of a psychic experience that morning. And I thought, let me look up Arbitron and see when the next trend's coming out. Because it was that time, toward the end of the month, I knew another trend was coming soon. And sure enough, it was that day. It was Wednesday. And then about 5 to 10, Clarence comes in there and says to Jock, oh, by the way, there's a trend coming in this morning. Like we didn't know, okay? Man, you're a program director like I'm a rocket scientist, like I'm an airline pilot, okay? Clarence, you idiot. And so anyway, the October trend, obviously the sports nerds and the old Julios got the diaries, which leaves us out. Not that we still had the highest number on the station. I think between 10 and 3 it was a 4.9 in the month of October, which puts us at a 5-something, men 18 plus.
Okay.
Which 25.54 is always a couple of points higher, so we could still be okay for the fall book. But the point I'm trying to make to you is that we need some love. You know what I'm saying? We need some love.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, we need a kiss. Isn't that where Joe Bell came from? Kiss.
That's right.
Hey Joe, kiss this. What are we going to do about Brian Schmutz? Seriously, tomorrow morning, I want that sales manager. You're going to go. I have to drag him by his corncob pipe and drag his ass in there. I want to have a chat with him. Well, grab him by his pipe, and after you get through slicing it, and bring him in there. Because there is stuff that is going on that is just so unacceptable. And the attitude there is, oh, well, there's that Neil again being a pain in the ass. Let's do something professional for once in your life, okay? Like in a real radio station. I know it requires a tremendous impersonation on your part, many of you people there, but let's try it. Just once. Man, when they said that Brian Schmutz was coming back, we should have asked about the lobotomy, you know what?
The biggest names, the best talent. It's the Big O Orlando Alcigari. Mornings 5 to 7.
Rock solid.
Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Were you drudge packing?
Yes. Live in Chicago. Oprah.
Many months of sweat and tears have gone into what is about to happen right here on this stage. Kirstie Alley. She's coming out in front of a live audience in a bikini. Are you sure you want to do this? Bring it! You know, I'm 55 years old. I am deeply sorry about that. Body parts going like blah, 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 blah. Oh, my God.
12:16 at 560 WQAM. We got 1139 in the poll, baby. 1,139 votes. Is that impressive or what? Huh? I don't care, like I said. Huh? Well, don't tell me George made a run.
Yeah, I think we changed it up.
You know, you guys have overdone and keep making a big run. Guys are like crapping their brains out is basically what it boils down to because they had about 5 lunches already. Is that what it is?
George...
And I still haven't made my bacon. What?
George didn't eat too much. He's just got that problem, you know.
Oh, he's got his intestinal whatever it is. His guts are falling out?
That's it.
No. Well, that's the way it goes. 5670560. Maybe he'll get it out of his system in the QMT room. You never know. And pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. This is quite a test for the audience here because, you know, I listen to them. Now, what do you think? Do you think I made a mistake or I did the right thing?
I think you did the right thing.
Because you thought that reading those bedtime stories was ponderous and unbelievably boring 4 hours every day.
Not so much me, but I'd say people my age, yes.
Yeah, anybody under the age of 100. And I would agree with that. You know, what punk like Josh's age or under the age of 50 wants to hear some old toad reading a bunch of columns and stories on the air every day, okay? And, of course, there was only one reason I did it, which you know, but nevertheless, they don't give a crap about there. Because you can't complain about our management because basically we don't have any. Our management is giving the keys to the kingdom to Clarence and his couple little boyfriends in there. Hey, here, you guys go ahead. It's all yours, baby. These guys are going to do some work for Clarence and yada, yada, and like that. And then, of course, Clarence ain't there half the time anyway because he's too busy going off doing stupid-ass basketball games. For example, tomorrow I see it's UM and Northwestern in the ACC Big Ten Challenge on AM 940 is carrying the game. And coverage switches to QM after the Panther hockey game is over. Now, Clarence, I'm sure, is off. Is he there today?
Yeah,
I saw him.
Oh, he is there. So maybe his flight is leaving a little bit later on, or whatever. And then, of course, he certainly won't be there on Wednesday, because that's at least a 2-day deal. Where is that going to be played? The UM at Northwestern? Oh, my God. Can you even begin to imagine that? How many people do you think are going to be listening to that broadcast?
None.
5670560. So what's your story? Did you have also one of those emergencies, or your insides just falling out?
Well, it wasn't an emergency. It's just been part of the way things are today.
Part of the ambiance?
Yeah, I just woke up this way.
Oh. Well, that's the way I woke up, too. It's because of...
crap.
Yeah, a lot of that. There's a lot of it going around. Maybe it's the post-Thanksgiving catharsis. During the while you were out doing your whatever you were doing, Josh told me that he agrees that taking the calls was a great idea.
All right.
That's what he said. So it's 2-1. You're outvoted, okay? And I guarantee if you brought Miguel in there, your close personal friend, he'd also have voted with us. It would be 3-1.
I'm waving the white flag.
Good.
Gay.
WQAM, hello.
Yes, I want to speak to Neil, please.
Speaking.
Neil, listen, I was down there for a week, and I just want to say the best thing about your show is the timeless nature of it. Your wife and I moved up to Carolinas 4 years ago, and we came back down there, and I still listen on the net. But the best part was driving around like Boca and Boynton and Delray and hearing your voice and associating it with, I went back, thought of Rich and the Bird and everything else. And I just wanted to say, I know people,
right?
Well, yeah, I just found out that a few of them are dead. But I know you don't like the kissing, but I wanted to say, right now I got you on the net, and you're still doing a great job.
Yes, I am.
And you were the best thing about that trip back. And
okay,
that's all
thanks,
I got,
Pally.
everybody.
Thanks for the kissy. Okay. It was good for me. Now, once in a while it's okay, but a steady diet of, oh, thank you for taking my call. And that's just, oh, geez, It's boring. It's ponderous. But that guy was good. And he had a good point. And how many times have I said that? There is a segment of the audience out there, they don't care if I'm sitting here reading the funny papers. As long as they hear my voice, it's like they know they're still alive. After all of these years and all of these things. You follow what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm the voice of South Florida. And, of course, I should be pretty embarrassed about that, and believe me, I am. Yeah. What an accomplishment. What an achievement that is.
Title.
Yeah. 5670560. Thank God I didn't say the conscience of South Florida, because South Florida doesn't have one.
Yeah.
WQAM, hello.
Hi. Can I talk to Neil?
Speaking.
I wanted to tell you that your show is decent. I like your show, and QAM's decent in general, but why is there always an echo on the line?
An echo on the line?
An echo
Yeah,
on the line?
it sounds like on the radio when I'm listening to you. It sounds like you guys are in like a casket or a tomb.
In a casket. Well, tisket a tasket. We're broadcasting from a casket, yeah.
But I mean, your show is decent. I like
It's decent. Not good, but it's decent, yeah.
For as far as radio shows go, it's decent compared to some of the other ones on your radio station. They're crap, right? But
yeah.
Why can't they give you all a decent recording area, like where we can hear you clearly and there's not the echoes in the background? And who's Joyce?
Joyce is the company attorney over there on the West Coast in Naples.
Oh.
She's a crazy person.
Well, she's a new one you have a beef with, and I was just wondering who she was. Cause
No,
she's
been around.
I know you're regulars, but she's a new one.
She's been around for a couple of years, and believe me, she's been hated every moment of it. She hates us, and we hate her.
Well, I think you got a good show, and I listen to it when I can.
Yeah.
Decent. I listen to it when I can, but I wish you guys had better sounds, in there.
How's this? Is this better?
Yeah, that's better.
Have a great day.
Keep up the good work.
Okay, we'll work on it. Yeah, Joyce has a little bit of an intestinal problem, and that's why we don't talk about her too much. 22 past noon. Listen, she can rot in hell, okay? When I have to sit here on my phone, minding my own business, 1,200 miles away, and listen to, oh, gee, if you knew what I went through with that Joyce, and she picks up the phone and called me about, like all this other hysterical crap. She's a hysterical bitch. And you know what kind of people get hysterical?
Huh? Who? What?
People who don't know what the hell they're doing.
Oh, fakers, you mean?
People who are drowning in a sea of ineptitude like
pretenders.
her. People who are drowning in a sea of incompetence like her. And like your close personal friend that you had lunch with there, who's a good guy, but clueless. Shoeless and clueless. 11:51 on the poll. Boy, we really got a good number on there. And like I said, our goal is to get to 2 o'clock. That's all. That's our new goal. You follow what I'm saying?
What are you saying?
I'm not picking any numbers anymore. Oh, we're going to get to 14. What kind of crap was that anyway? Although it worked pretty good, though, didn't it?
Yeah, for what it's worth.
Faked them out. See, they thought I cared about that, just like they think I care about the callers. How many times have I told you that? And every time it's the truth. I don't care. I get paid the same, as opposed to sitting here with 4,000 stacks of crap in front of me here, having to make damn sure I don't run out of crap by 2 o'clock. I don't think Josh is going to run out of crap by 2 o'clock, because it seems to me he's like full of it.
Well, that makes 2 of us.
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir. Crap headquarters.
3 quick things. You're harmless, I love you, and no changes.
WQAM, hello.
Oh, Neil, calling from Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Now, see, he was good in kind of a bizarre, sick, masochistic way. I enjoyed that very much. It was good for me. Because if he really was, which I'm sure he wasn't, but if he was calling from Buffalo, oh, God would be the appropriate, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God.
Like that. Good luck to you, pal. You'll need it. In Buffalo, where, I think on the 1st of November, they already had 26 inches of snow on the ground, and here we are 100 miles away. I am, anyway. Do we have any snow on the ground?
No.
Not a flake. We got a few flakes out there in the streets, but not one flake of snow. How do you like that?
All right.
Well, I'm just saying what a toilet Buffalo is, and it is. Don't go to Buffalo. That's my message for all you punks out there. Don't ever let anybody suck you into going to Buffalo. It blows. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
About time you took some calls.
Yeah. And WQAM, hello.
Hi, Glenn.
Huh? How come that didn't get on?
I don't know. Mystery.
We have big mystery. Do. Like Jennifer would say. Only she does it much better than I do. Come on, Jennifer, you can do it. If I can find the Scotty Mac stuff, I can sure find...
Yank it, baby!
That. 25 past noon at 560 WQM. I think Mad Dog's in at 2 o'clock today, although you never know with that program director we got, whether it's a stunt schedule, whether it's a real schedule, but it's just a fake-out schedule. Like the fake-out rejoins we have in half of the spots now. 1,154 votes on the poll. Of all the things Neil talks about, which is the most interesting to you, politics, 552, or as Chris Matthews says, politics. And people with naked pictures, and boy, he's got to be one of them. And do we need to hear any more about his brothers in politics or something? Who cares? His brother's like the dog catcher somewhere in Maryland. Who cares? But he's big in politics. Inside Radio Stuff 200, which we've had that all the way up the chute today. Radio Stuff up the...
Cube.
Religion 175. I hate this poll, 46, 3.9%. Gay stuff 41, Amsterdam 32, hockey 27. Products he discovers, new and exciting crap that he passes along to us 18. The track 17. Brady Quinn 16.
By the way,
yes.
Speaking of new and exciting crap that you pass along to us.
Yes.
The check showed up.
Oh, the ones that I mailed to you?
Yeah, as in and
how do you like that?
And
well, you know why that happened is because I was going to the mailbox, and the mailbox guy, the mailman was coming with his little container to empty the mailbox. So I just put it in his thing. I put it in his slot.
Well, excellent timing. I was due to go to the bank.
Well, there you
anyway.
go. So there's your happy birthday to George. It's not till another few days away. And happy life to Josh, who needs all the help he can get.
Thank you.
Slots 9, Diet 6, and Sports 5 out of 1161. And Josh says he was ecstatic to see Brady Quinn on the sideline, and he was even squeezing his kneecaps a little bit during that game. Isn't that what you said?
No.
Lord David's a bitch.
Hello, friends. I am the Reverend Ted Haggard, former president of the National Association of Evangelicals. I have taken early retirement from that fine organization to pursue another calling. Not a higher calling, really, more of a lower calling. Much, much lower. And even though President Bush won't return my calls anymore, and I've been kicked out of my church, I found a new home on television. Beginning next Sunday, the Bravo Network will premiere my series, Queer Eye on the Preacher Guy. On the premiere episode, my special guest will be Neil Patrick Harris. And wasn't he cute when he was that little Doogie Howser MD?
No.
Neil and I will discuss several important topics, including when is a massage more than a massage? Saddam Hussein, evil man, but really hot in those boxer shorts. And we'll review the new Clay Aiken CD. Then, in the sports segment of my show, we'll open play in the Reverend Ted Haggard Cornhole Tournament. That's Queer Eye on the Preacher Guy with me, the Reverend Ted Haggard, Sundays on Bravo. It'll be so much fun, you'll think you just snorted meth with a male escort.
You notice how quick that story died? We don't hear another word about that. We don't hear any more about Paul Crotch and his crotch goings-on. And even Miss Foley, she came back for her father's funeral. But other than that, he's busy getting handled.
Right.
So to speak.
Move along. Nothing to see here.
Comedian Michael Richards said yesterday he didn't consider himself a racist and said he was shattered by the tirade. I don't understand. Well, this is partly chopped off again, too. See, I'm not going to waste my time trying to read it.
All right.
Partly chopped off. See, now I don't have to mess with that either. I don't have to also mess with the mess on the floor during every break, picking up all that stuff that I tear in half and then throwing it in my trash bag. Our floor is nice and clean and pristine, man. Fit for a queen, if you ask me. 1,171 votes on the poll already. Now, it's going to be real interesting. We'll do like a week or two of this, and then we'll see what the audience response is. Of course, we got a lot of people out there, no matter what we do, they're not going to be happy, right?
Yeah.
No.
A lot.
What about that Michael Vick, by the way, speaking of unacceptable people? What a I don't even know what term to use. Piece of crap.
I thought you were going to use a Michael Richards term for a second there.
No, I am not. What difference does it make what skin color Michael Vick is? See, there's some people who want to make everything into a racial thing, like the O.J. thing. He's a murderer, that's all, O.J., whether he's black, dark black, lighter black, mocha, or anywhere in between, and the same with Michael Vick. He makes me sick. First of all, he's overrated to begin with. Way, way overrated. His team sucks. They lost again yesterday. Didn't just lose, they got pounded by the Saints 31-13. And he's given the old, the old what for to the Atlanta fans. Well, screw you, Michael, okay? Michael Vick apologized for making an obscene gesture toward Atlanta fans as he walked off the field after the Falcons' fourth straight loss yesterday. He used both hands to deliver the gesture and flashed an angry look toward the handful of fans remaining in the Georgia Dome. An angry look like, yeah, your mama, like that. Those who hung around booed the home team loudly after their dismal loss. First and foremost, I would like to apologize for my inappropriate actions with the fans today, the quarterback said in a statement released by the Falcons. I was frustrated and upset at how the game was going for my team, and the frustration came out the wrong way. Right. Vick was the Falcons' main offensive threat with 166 yards rushing, just 7 off his NFL record for a quarterback. He had another rough day passing, completing 9 of 24. 9 of 24. That sounds like Josh Booty for 84 yards, but wasn't entirely his fault. The Atlanta receivers dropped at least 5 passes, and the offensive line didn't provide much protection. I didn't see Brady Quinn flipping the bird of the fans in the stands at the USC, even though his receivers were dropping balls like crazy, man. Even Barney Frank never dropped so many. Vic was sacked 3 times, hit a dozen more behind the line of scrimmage after throwing passes. Leaving the field, he let his frustration get the best of him, he said. That's not what I'm about. That's not what the Falcons are about, he said in a statement. I simply lost my cool in the heat of the moment. I apologize and look forward to putting this incident in my behind. He said he did his best to keep the Falcons from losing again. They're 5-6. They suck. They stink, the Falcons. Any chance you got with anybody's money, especially somebody else's, bet against them, okay? I don't care if they're underdog by like 35. Bet against them because they stink. Am I right, Josh?
Yeah,
by the way, Josh's team lost again, too. Oh, no.
All right, there you go.
Get out of here. I wish I wouldn't have mentioned that. Well, you notice I waited until now to even mention it. Now, who the hell did they play?
The Cowboys.
Oh, that's right. Whipped them like 38-13 or something. Is that right?
Yeah, it was tough.
Bad loss. And that, of course, is that Homo Romo again. What a rocket scientist he is. Where the hell did he come from, by the way? And I guess Bill Parcells can kiss the ground that Bledsoe turned out to be such a bust, and he had to put that kid in there and give him a shot, because that kid's bailing their ass out, the stinking Cowboys, who beat the Colts the week before, to which I said,
all right.
Yeah, all right. 1177. We better not do too much sports, because only 6 people said they find it most interesting to them. They want to hear the real sports, they'll get the real deal. You know what I mean? The real deal. With no punches pooed. On the real sports shows. Where they get it. Listen, look, we put a lot of illiterate people on the air, so what's the big deal? You know, I mean, there's no embarrassment factor. Any station that would put Wendy Martez on the air to talk like baby talk, or put that on the air, oh my God.
Take the mystery out of rent their car.
That's the guy. 1177 on there. We'll do whatever the hell we want. How's that? And they'll like it. Because I, quite frankly, draw the line in the sand today. I've said it many times before, but I've just reached my saturation point, you know? And when this 2 years is done, depending on everybody's health, whether you're still alive with your intestines, and whether I'm still, under the age of 100, when these 2 years are done, at that point, then we'll decide whether we want to continue working over a hot microphone or not, you know? On a station that's got like a signal from hell. That woman had a good point, you know. Maybe she lives like close to 441.
Well, it sounds like what?
Like that. Kind of like this all the time, you know what I'm saying? But that's the way it goes. But we're in stereo, though. We're AM stereo.
HD digital.
Oh, excuse me. We're in digital, and, of course, there's 4 people in the world who have those radios. None of them live in South Florida. But if they did, man, it would sound great in the Sunshine State. 5670560, pound 560. The relief of not having to go through this pile, man. You'll notice I got a couple here. I got a couple.
Right.
Like 1 or 2 more, and that's it.
Some choice ones there?
No.
Oh.
Well, like the one about the sliced penis that Joan Fleischman column somebody faxed in. That was good.
That was choice.
That was Joyce.
A nice choice.
5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular wireless line. Let's see if they can keep doing it all the way till 2 o'clock. What do you think?
They never could before.
They haven't been able to the last 25 years, so why should it be Manishtana Halala Hazeh? Why should it be any different now than it was any other day, right?
Right.
Oh, but we want the callers. Okay, well, let's see how many we got.
There they are.
Let's see who got. And by the way, since it was a sports nerd month in October, that's a pretty bad omen for those losers across the street. Really weak. Really lame, Joel, okay, with or without your fins. Oh, and remember the guy that called me last week, Josh, who gave me a song today, or was it a fax? About the dolphins or the fins, and I called them the fish. Have you ever heard anybody say, squish the fins?
No.
No, squish the fish. They've been saying that for a zillion years, longer than Don Shula's been brain dead, okay? So what are you talking about? Fins my ass. I hear people say that. It's juvenile. The fish. Aren't dolphins a fish?
No, but they call them that. They call the team that all the time. Even I know that.
Well, wait till they lose their next couple of games, see what they call them. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil?
Yep.
Hey, this is Val. I'm driving from Orlando for the last 2 weeks on Monday mornings, and I hear you just fine.
All the way to Orlando?
Yeah.
Woo! Heavy duty.
And it comes across picture perfect.
Okay, thanks for the good news, Pally, and I hope that straightens that woman out before that was bitching about our bad signal, which she's right. It's not that a weak signal. I mean, it goes a long way. It just sounds like garbage, you know.
But we're doing everything we can to correct the situation.
We're not going to do a damn thing. Just like we're not going to fix your pot there so you can turn your mic on and off, George.
What?
Because the engineering hates you, and quite frankly, they all hate you.
I know.
Including even jolly Raleigh Joe Bell, who, just like some other people in there, like his predecessor Greg, smiled in your face and then, like, stabs you in the back, you know.
Well, I haven't heard any of that lately.
What?
I haven't heard that he's done that.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Okay.
I already told you when he was having a conversation with Norma about extending my deal and me doing just Monday through Thursday instead of having you do Friday, like putting best of tapes on. And I said, no way, Jose, there's not going to be no more best of tapes or worst of tapes. There's no more tapes on this show, okay? Enough with that crap. We don't play tapes on this show. We want it live and timely, even if it's, coma-inducing like you. We want somebody live on there or close to it like you. So there he is again, giving you like a little zest. Even after being number one in the summer book with a 7 cheer, which a lot of it was you, and that Big July, which much of it was you, and they still won't give you any credit.
Nope.
So he can sit there and wine and dine you all he wants and give you the big smile and the handshake, the drug brothers grip. But the fact of the matter is, he's still giving you a shtuch. Maybe that's why your innards are like falling out.
That could be.
Maybe from that knife wound where he gave you like that good shtuch, stuck that knife deep in your rectum, and twisted a couple of times, and maybe now you're feeling the after effects.
It's a gut wound.
Yeah, like you haven't proven you can handle 1 day a week. 1 day a week? My God. I say we start that schedule now.
Rectum.
As in this week.
The biggest names.
Wait till it goes on Friday, man. It's going to be great.
Neil Rogers, Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Now, don't tell me that was a rejoin. Please.
That was a rejoin.
The way he said that? That was a freaking rejoin?
Neil Rogers. Senator Kerry, the Republicans have been talking smack about you.
I'm sick and tired of a whole bunch of Republican attacks.
They said that you've got irritable bowel syndrome. That's problems with the
butt.
Yeah, that's what they said. So, is that...
It was right.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. How you doing now?
Oh, you're really nice to ask. I'm able to say that I am cured, and I want to stay that way.
Great. And good luck with your ass.
Thanks so much.
14-1 at 560 WQAM. I guess we haven't had any change on it, so I guess it's not Captain Curtis Day. It's Mad Dog 2-4, and then the Power Hour with Hank, it says. What's that all about? Isn't that what it says on your schedule, the Power Hour with Hank? I thought that's supposed to be Hank and Mr. Mad Dog.
That's what it says, the Power Hour with Hank.
Well, who knows? Who knows but Clarence, okay? He's running a little bit short on material these days. Although now that last trend came out showing what a genius he is, and Barry Jackson wrote a column on Friday that you would have just puked from. About the morning show, about Kenny and Bo, which we like them a lot, although their show. And then he goes on about QAM has wisely added regular segments with this one and that one, sports segments, because Barry's a sports nerd and an overgrown little child with a brown paper sack. I mean, maybe Barry jackasses the majority of the people out there. Do you think so? I sure hope not.
Oh, yeah, they're all just like him.
Well, like Robert Grieper and Barry Jackass. If I've told you once, I've told you times. That's where it's at. 1196, we'll be on the verge of 1200 any second, and we don't care. Of all the things Neil talks about, which is the most entertaining and interesting to you? Interesting, entertaining, illuminating, yada, yada, yada. Politics, 567. Politics, man. You don't have to say it right to talk about it. Politics. And don't let me forget after 1 o'clock, I bet your girlfriend is on MSNBC, and I don't mean Joyce. Her. We'll give it a shot. In fact, I could turn over there right now, I mean, it's never too early to turn off CNN.
They are being billed in the media.
Yeah. Oh, there's the Iraqi schlepping again. Neocons want to establish democracy in the Middle East. They don't want democracy, okay? You see, these people that are trying to meddle in their life, they don't even understand those people over there. They're a bunch of crazed getchkis, okay? They're all a bunch of getchkis. They're a bunch of religious nuts. But that's bad to talk about. Inside Radio Stuff 207. Religion 183, speaking of religious nuts. Excuse me for the repetition. I hate this poll 47, still only 3.9%. Aren't you impressed by that? You should be. They like it.
Okay.
Gay Stuff 42, Amsterdam 32. You don't want to go there. Well, you guys do, but most people don't. Ain't what it used to be. Although if you were never there when it was really great, then you'd think it was pretty good now, especially compared to where you are. Hockey 28, products he discovers 21, like the Ron Popeil Vagematic and the Penis Slicer. The Track 18, Brady Quinn 16. You get your paws off him, okay? I got my dibs in for a long time ago. Health Problems 12, and Josh says that he's not going to be the number one NFL pick in the draft. I don't know what you're thinking about. I mean, are you thinking? I think all that Thanksgiving food, all the carbs went to your head. It would clogged your mind. Oh, there's the Russian guy that got poisoned, and it's like a big mystery, right? Health problems 12, slots 10, diet 7, and sports 6. Like Ron and Nicole's death, that's a big mystery too. See, we should have known right then, right in the beginning, forgetting about any other contractual things or stuff like that. We should have known when we walked into a building and the people had like all these big pictures of OJ up on the walls. We should have known that we had nothing in common with these people, that we were from a different planet. We're from the Earth, they're from Uranus.
I knew it sooner than that.
Did you?
Like the first day when I tried to talk to anybody.
About radio.
About
and
anything
else. What language would you be speaking? Anything else besides sports?
Yeah. The game, who did what the score was, who do you think is going to do this in the next one, blah, blah. Anything else.
Gornish telephone.
Yeah.
Which means who's on first. Josh Booty's on first, by the way, and he just dropped the ball. He just dropped it. Is it John Booty? Is his ugly brother? Is that it?
That's the quarterback at USC.
Oh, he is. He looks like a lineman, not like a quarterback. You know how a quarterback... What?
You didn't like looking at his booty?
Ugh! Jesus, man, in the middle of all... I'm not even going to have my bacon today. You just helped my diet. First of all, I'm not interested in looking at anybody's booty. How do you like that, huh?
Yeah, the opposing quarterback in that game. You weren't checking him out?
Who?
Brady Quinn.
Yeah, I wasn't looking at his booty, no. I was looking at his body, not his booty. That's the problem with you. You don't know the difference between body and booty. But I just clicked out of my desktop, and there's 15 Brady Quinn stark naked. Okay. God. Well, I don't know what you're laughing about. 15 of them smiling back at me with a body from heaven. That's a real man right there. You can knock Brady Quinn all you want. That's a real man. Okay. As opposed to like John's booty. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. Rumors about him, by the way, that he's gay. But then again, that's wishful thinking, you know. A lot of those queens, they want to think everybody's gay.
Everybody's gay.
It's wishful thinking, right. We're going to get this phone thing cranked up again. If you joined us late today, we got the phones percolating again today for the first time in a long time. You'd think there'd be thousands of people who've been so frustrated. That's what Joe Bell was telling you. That's what they want. They want to be able to talk to you, man. Well, I'm waiting. And, of course, once the delay catches up in about 20 minutes, maybe there'll be response. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Neil, I was going over your summer book.
Yeah. Something about the way that guy fades. You know, just fade away.
Still got that down.
No, that wasn't the song, Not Fade Away, by Buddy Holly. Wasn't that the song, Not Fade Away? Don't play it.
All right.
WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Neil. Hi, long-time listener, never caller. The other day you guys were talking about candy.
Yeah.
And when I go to Boston, I stay at a hotel directly across the parking lot from the New England Confectionery Company. And they don't give factory tours, but that gift shop is heaven for Necco wafers.
Necco wafers.
Well, they have it all. They have all their products in there, but unfortunately they didn't give tours.
I'll be damned. Okay, well, thanks for the good news. Thank you. I mean, of all the candy I could think of, we mentioned Necco wafers, but, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Boring. Like the call. Now, see, that guy that called earlier who was giving me a lecture about, sometimes when people call you and they want to, look, if somebody is boring, I'm going to be the first one to tell you. Boring. I don't want boring. The guy meant well. He's a good guy. He never stole a freight train. He probably stole some candy in that joint, but incredibly boring. I mean, anybody that would eat Necco wafers anyway, in the middle of all that other good Nestle stuff. Oh, Nestle's, I don't know. What did we discover that Nestle's made when we were talking about this? Some good crap. Remember that?
I can't remember. I know we discovered that Hershey's is weak except for the almond toffee.
Correct. That is correct.
Thing.
And now they got a new dark chocolate with almonds. Hershey.
What are you doing to me? I love almonds and chocolate.
Yeah, dark chocolate. It's supposed to be really, really good for you, dark chocolate. If you eat 50 of those bars every day, you'll live to be 400. If you eat 50 and then drink about a quart of wine, cheap wine. 567. I'm going to tell you, man, if these people can keep this going till just one day, forget about the rest of my life. Forget about the next 2 years. If they can keep it going until 2 o'clock, it'll be one of the greatest miracles in the history of mankind. That's my feeling right now. After almost 3 hours of this of this great stuff. WQAM, hello.
Hey, wonder what Neil thinks about the 2008 presidential race.
WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, sir?
Good.
Good. I had an idea. Maybe you should just forget about the calls and put an answering machine and just let everybody leave a message, and then you play whatever you feel is appropriate on the radio the next day.
There you go. That's an idea. We can just do voicemail.
Right.
Yeah.
Have a voice vault.
This is Eddie. This is Eddie. This is
The biggest names of best talent. This is Neil Rogers, Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Hi, this is Brady Quinn. I like to shave my legs, arms, and buns while listening to the Neil Rogers 1 to 2 hour.
All right. You fairy. Gay is in my jeans, though that's not a shock to you all. I shocked when I expressed myself. Religion I abhor. I let them know it don't work. Now I'm getting hate mails from the Pope. I'm thinking maybe he wants me killed, or just have my toupee made.
Absolutely.
I just simply said we'd live our life better without religion. Never knowing the Pope would show up and punch me in the chin. What I should have said was ban religion, followed by an I just kid. I should have shut my mouth before I put my big foot in.
101 at 560 WQAM. I'll tell you one thing, the people listening online today is way down from ordinarily what it would be at this hour. Now, that couldn't be because of the calls, could it?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you can't judge in one day, okay? In other words, it's going to take some time for people to get used to hearing the great callers. Speaking of the kind of people that work on this station, which you were mentioning just before we went to the break, Lexington, South Carolina. A man fatally shot his friend with a high-powered rifle in dispute over a $20 bet on the South Carolina-Clemson football game. James Walter Quick, 42, was charged with the murder in the shooting of Richard Allen Johnson, 43. Johnson died from a single shot to the chest. According to the preliminary autopsy yesterday, the two had a $20 bet on the annual game, with Quick taking South Carolina, which won 31-28, and Johnson taking Clemson. They drank beer all afternoon and watched the game Saturday at Johnson's home and began arguing about the bet after the game. Met said Quick went to his car, got the rifle he normally uses for hunting, and fired one shot, hitting Johnson in the chest. Well, at least he didn't hit him in his Johnson. Quick was being held yesterday in the Lexington County Jail awaiting a bail hearing. Sheriff's Department said he didn't have a lawyer yet. Well, there you go. Maybe Norma can go and represent him. Give him something to do anyway, in between talking to Joyce. 1,219 votes on the poll. Pretty damn good, man. It's pristine and clean. And we're going to take a ton of calls this hour. You wait and see. You know, other than... that's the sad part of the whole thing, you know?
What's that?
I asked about the casino at Gulfstream being open and the slots and the whole deal. Mm-hmm. And the only caller we had...
Was your buddy.
Was Casino Stan. Which were, wrinkled up, shriveled up with a rough skin like a...
Leathery
man. He's the
hide.
leather man. He's like a Ron Diaz. like the cigar store totem pole Indian.
Yeah, he's a ruddy man.
A leathery, rubbery guy. Oh, my God. In fact, he looks like a walking machine. How about sticking a quarter in his slot?
Rectum.
See what happens. And that's the only response we had to that. But on the par for the course, what am I thinking about? I expect a response to something I asked about 400 times. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular wireless line. What about Coach Coker? Oh, what a surprise. Let's replay that press conference, please. WQAM, hello.
Neil God.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I want to let you know that I do care. I enjoy the bedtime stories. I get unfettered information the mainstream media will not give me.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. I always will.
Well, you're the one.
All right.
You'll be pleased to know
my call.
we got 8 million of them on our on our website. Thank you for making your call. Yeah, our website's going to be loaded up now that Josh has got that extra check in his pocket. And I'm sure it'll be cashed this afternoon real fast. See no comment.
Yeah, he's grinning.
He's going to be he's probably already on the way to the bank.
Got a big old grin.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's okay, no problem. Plenty of cash in there, no sweat, okay?
I told you I ran to the toilet, but it was really up to the street to the Washington Mutual.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they got toilets in that place. 1,225 votes on the poll. Man, we got a shot at something today. We got a shot at Joyce. Just put that bitch up against the wall, man. I'd blow her brains out if I could find him. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Neil God, pleasure
Yes,
to be
sir.
with you, sir. This is Julio from Hollywood.
Hey, Julio in Hollywood. It's got a ring to it.
Yeah, hey, I'm enjoying the show. A lot of these callers need to be filtered out. I still enjoy the bedtime stories like the last caller. And, nevertheless, you're the queen of my heart.
Okay, sweetheart.
Have a good
Adios. Okay, they need to be filtered out. You know what I mean? Filter them out. When in doubt, filter them out. In other words, stick them through Yeah. Get a charcoal filter like in a fish tank.
Mm-hmm.
You ever go through that phase in your life when you had tropical fish?
Not personally.
Oh,
but
don't do
friends and big pain in the ass. Never.
Very expensive, and then when they start swimming up and upside down, it's kind of disheartening. You
got a mess, and you got to deal with it.
Although they're kind of friendly, them kissing gouramis,
Never tried to
I always
kiss a
thought that the
gourami.
neatest fish were the catfish. I like angelfish are kind of like good looking, and catfish.
Yeah.
Kind of like our sales department, bottom feeders.
Because you like the whiskers?
Yeah, I like the way they look. No, they're neat-looking catfish.
They are.
I'm not talking about those big, gross ones that you find in a stream that rednecks actually go fishing for and cook up and eat. Oh, God. Oh, man, because you know what catfish eat? They're like bottom feeders. They eat all the...
shrimp and lobster eat the same thing.
Well, yeah, but they taste good anyway.
I know.
Maybe catfish tastes good. You ever have it?
Yeah, sure.
Southern fried catfish?
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
I mean...
Absolutely.
5670560, pound 560. It's just a relief not to have this big pile today, you know? Just like probably Josh felt about an hour ago. It's a real relief not to have a big pile.
I don't want to tell you, I went again since the last time I wasn't accounted for.
Get out of here.
I Joyce you not.
Well, you better get checked out, man. You better get thorough inspection. They better stick that long way up inside and see what's going on in there. I think it's all the agita between your household situation and between certainly Joyce and the pressures that we work under.
Finding out that Joe Bell hates me after all.
Oh, he does. He'll give you a bunch of crap, just like Greg to your face. He'll tell you, oh, yeah, he does a reasonable, what was the word, adequate. You do an adequate job. Not a great job.
It's not what he said behind my back.
Adequate. He said you suck.
That's right.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, I had to call you about Gulfstream.
Yes, sir, please.
Went there Friday night. They got a buffet. It's okay. No big deal. Not like Vegas.
Was it
the slot machine room is jammed up with people, old people playing the 25-cent slot machines.
Oi!
Yeah, and that's about it. They got poker and they got the sports book for the horse racing. But as a destination, Hard Rock Hotel's kind of neat.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Palin. So they got a way to go there at Gulfstream. They need, and when somebody faxes in and says they got no Wheel of Fortune, what kind of a machine is that? How do you open up a casino with slots and you got no Wheel of Fortune? You know what I'm saying?
Shameful.
Jesus, God Almighty! I bet you Pat and Vanna. Pat Sajak, by the way, just turned 87 and Vanna's 82. Remember that guy got all bent out of shape because I said for whatever, Who cares?
I don't care.
If you like Vanna, great. Have a great fantasy life for her, okay? You're never going to see her. You're never going to meet her. You're never going to touch her. You're never going to do her, etc. and so on. Just like me with Brady Quinn, but the difference being I know it. With me, it's a joke. Although those pictures look pretty good. What? I don't know what are you smirking about?
I saw something funny on Spanish language TV right here.
Pictures look great to me, although the only problem is he ain't showing nothing there. You know, he's got those tight shorts on. He ain't showing, and you know why? Maybe he ain't got nothing. Maybe there's nothing there. Maybe he's an old smoothie, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I heard.
Maybe he's got a female body part there where the male part ordinarily is. Maybe he's got an innie instead of an outie.
A mangina?
That could be it. Maybe he's got a mangina. That could be it. Like Man Coulter. She don't have one.
No.
She's got a man member. 1,233 votes on the poll. A mangina. That's bad. That is so bad. I liked it, though. I thought it was cute. Of all the things that Neil talks about, which is the most interesting to you? We should put that on there, too, the mangina. But don't do it. See, I say we should, and then you go ahead and do it. Oh, a lot of guys want to hear about the mangina. In fact, a lot of our listeners have one. In fact, some of our employees have one, like Robert Grieper. Don't you believe that?
Sure.
No question.
And some of them are.
I don't know about the man part, but he certainly got the other part. Politics 583. Forget about that. I don't want to hear about politics. I'm burned out on it. Aren't you?
Yeah, for a while.
Let's take a little rest on that, okay? I know you're all whipped up about it, all you liberal commie pinkos like me, but give it a rest.
How about let's wait till 2:08?
Well, let's wait at least a couple of weeks till Nancy Pelosi falls on her ass. Politics 583. Inside Radio Stuff 216. We'll let you know if we ever get back into real radio again. We'll let you know about radio stuff when we start working at a real station. Religion 186, and then, as I said, after that, it's strictly it's only a one-horse race, really. Two-horse race for second. I Hate This Pool 47, 3.8%. Gay Stuff 44, like that hot gay sex. Remember that guy?
Mm-hmm.
44. Amsterdam 32. Hockey 31. Products he discovers 23, like Tom Edison. I saw him on Biography again the other day. I've already seen it before.
How's he doing?
Dead.
Oh.
Ask him again, only louder this time. He's dead. Well, what a genius, you know? What an unbelievable genius.
No question. What a hard ass.
God. Although he made some bad mistakes. He lost millions at some, what was he trying to, he was mining some, something.
I don't know.
Bad. Products he discovers 23, like George Eastman and Tom Edison, because Neil invented radio and TV and the light bulb and sewing machine,
electricity,
slot machine,
the wheel.
Brady Quinn, no, that was the pissed off caveman. Brady Quinn 16, health problems 13, slots 11. They got no Wheel of Fortune, man. What a wussy place. Sports 7 and diets only 7. They don't want to hear about no more diet talk because they know that we're all fat and we pig out all the time. What are we going to do about that sales department? Seriously, what are we going to do about it? We're going to have to line them up and kill them, you know?
Ignore them?
How can you ignore them when they're not doing their job, when people are paying good, hard-earned money for us to do a job for them, and they refuse to give us anything to work with? You know, it's kind of like what they do with that equipment in there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, make magic for us. Make us, get us a 10 share, you know? And they can't even turn the microphone on and off. Because it's a lame-ass operation, and you wonder why I don't come back there and do shows from there?
I had to use my pocket knife, but I fixed it.
I'm sure you don't wonder.
No, I don't.
Because the last couple of times I played that game, and I did that, and I go in there, and right off the bat, it's like everything, the speakers, the overhead doesn't work right, and the buttons don't, it's just a mess. It's an embarrassment, a humiliating toilet. But nevertheless. But the money is raking in, baby. The Beasleys are raking in the cash. We got the sales up there. That's all we care about. Let's get some spots on the air, and let's charge a bunch of folks a lot of money for them. That's our motto. Like it says on the wall, just give us the effing money. That's what it says, and that's our motto at QAM. Just give us the money. Even if we don't run the spot, give us the money anyway.
Oh, God.
The holiday season. Everyone loves Christmas carols. But until now, no one has ever written holiday songs about that other big holiday this time of year. That's right. I said until now. Introducing Hanukkah Carols on CD.
Hanukkah is always right at Christmas. This ain't something new.
If you didn't know it, then you're not a Jew.
Hanukkah Carols on CD spins like a dreidel as it gives you hours and hours of holiday music to get you into the other spirit of the season.
On the 8th day of Hanukkah, my mother gave to me 8 pounds chopped liver, 7 slabs of corned beef, 6 potato latkes,
5 years of guilt.
If you're tired of the old traditional songs of the holidays, here's a whole new tradition you'll get tired of almost before you know it.
You better buy gifts and get them on sale.
You know how we hate to pay retail.
Hanukkah is coming to town.
Hanukkah Carols on CD. It's the holiday collection you just can't pass over.
117 at 560 WQAM. 1,252 votes on the poll. It's not too shabby. And we're taking 1 million calls today as we welcome the callers back to the Neil Rogers Show, don't we?
Yeah.
With open arms and tears in our eyes. 567-0560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular wireless line. Took the poll over the weekend, over the long Thanksgiving holiday weekend. Overwhelming. They hated the show the way it was. They didn't want just hearing all these stupid-ass bedtime stories, in spite of the well-meaning people that are calling in today, last couple, and, oh, yeah, I really love those stories, about. Well, it's on our website. Read them. Have somebody read them to you, okay? Because those days are long gone, in spite of what George says, except maybe when George is on, like on Fridays.
Exactly.
WQAM, hello.
Or those tapes.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
I'd like to know if you allow me to make a Panthers point real quick.
Oh, God. Real quick.
Real quick.
Not so real quick, but not so loud.
Okay. How in the world can any fan, if there are any, not be outraged that we traded probably one of the top 5 goaltenders in the league for a goaltender who has more holes in it, if there are any, not be outraged that we traded probably one of the top 5 goaltenders in the league for a goaltender who has more holes in it than a slice of Swiss cheese.
Not to mention Eddie, who's 100 years old, and even though he's not done that badly, his back will go out any day now.
An absolutely stiff Simpson who does nothing, and a guy who probably...
Funky and defunct, Quebec. Can I say either one of those words? Oh, sorry, Joyce. 567-0560. There is no interest how the Panther organization keeps that thing. I mean, of course, they lie a lot about the attendance, make up those numbers, and give away like 10,000 tickets. Even Josh don't go to the games anymore, do you?
No.
Although Norma Kent goes to the games, and when he goes, he's always got some young runaway or some Twinkie on his arm, and I'm going to call Neil Rogers now, and blah, 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 has to make the call from the game to impress me, impress his punk, impress his young discovery. Oh, just leave me alone, Norma. Just pretend I died, okay? Just pretend I died, and I'm in the ground, the worms are eating my carcass, and just let's leave it at that. WQAM, hello. QAM. WQAM, hello. I think that was him.
That is. It was
either him or Don Johnson, one or the other. 567-0560, still there after all this time. Eddie is still there. That's good to know. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they're all still there. They've just been waiting.
Yeah.
When you have no life,
I have no life.
Just sit around waiting for your moment in the sunshine. Mm-hmm. WQAM, hello. Boy, talk about a bad signal, huh?
Wow.
WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
It's someone speak to Neil?
Speaking.
Michael, hey, Neil. I lived in South Florida for 25 years.
I'm so sorry.
And I took your advice over and over and over to get the hell out of here. And I moved out to Austin, Texas, and I took your advice, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Well, that's an indictment, man. When you move to Austin, it's a big improvement over Florida. What does that tell you?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I had to move back to this godforsaken place because my wife's father's got cancer. But I'll tell you what, the only reason I came back here because when he passes away, we're going to inherit millions of dollars. And I'll tell you what, pal, I'll meet you in freaking Amsterdam, and I'll be the first one out of here.
Bring me a bag of money, pal. Thanks. Okay, well, at least the good news after that, guys, is father-in-law is going to be dead pretty soon. They're going to leave millions of dollars, and that's why they came back, obviously, to suck up, to stay on the good side, right? Isn't that what it sounds like to you?
Sounds great.
I don't want to impugn any of their motives or anything like that. We don't know who they are. Maybe maybe they're a very caring, loving couple who are very enchanted with the father-in-law, but I doubt it. Sounds like the old man's going to croak. He's going to leave him millions, and boy, how come nobody leaves me millions? I keep asking that. 30 years of working, slaving over a hot microphone in this market, 30 years of pubic service, fighting the good fight in an impossible, hopeless, endless place, and nobody croaks and leaves me millions, for Christ's sakes. If I got a phone call at 2 o'clock saying there's somebody croaked one of your listeners and it's in their will, they're leaving you like $8 million, do you think I'd even be here tomorrow?
No.
I'd send you a telegram. I'd say, hey, best of luck to you. Thanks for the great job. Thanks for the memories, and up yours. And
you can send me a text message from your BlackBerry.
Okay. And I'd send you guys another envelope with another check, only this time much less. Much less.
Whatever.
WQAM, hello. QAM, hello. QAM.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Me and Betsy were wondering if you're going to have...
Okay, good. WQAM, hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
Whenever I listen to your show, I find myself touching myself all over.
Yeah, okay, good.
Me too.
I'm glad somebody is in his case anyway. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. As if that's unusual, right?
Right.
We got a lot of people. Oh, there's the pissed off caveman. So easy a caveman can do it. He's just such a jerk, you know. Go back to the cave, okay? You woke up on the wrong side of the rock this morning.
Hey, you sound like a cavist bastard.
I am. I can't stand those cave people. WQAM, hello. QAM, boy, are they slow or what? I guess they're out of practice.
Are you...
Too late. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, please.
Yes, sir, speaking.
Neil, hey, I just wanted to give you a Gulfstream report.
Okay.
One of the biggest things that no one has ever mentioned about it is that it's no smoking.
Well,
the casino is no smoking.
Well, guess what? It is here, too. It's the same thing. It's just the way of the world, man. Even Niagara Falls, which used to, they allowed smoking in the casino, no more, no mas.
Yeah, it's certainly a breath of fresh air, and there's more slots to come. It's small, it's nice, though, and certainly is a lot more exciting at Seminole, but sometimes it gets a little difficult to breathe out there.
Okay, thanks for the good news. Oh, they're probably selling those cancer sticks to the white men out there at the Seminole. They've been doing that for years. Oh, that's right. I shouldn't have said that, but I did, and I'm glad I did. 567-0560. See, that's another thing with this outfit, man. I don't even want to go into it. It's just, not only we can't play this and we can't play that, and you can't say this and you can't say that. These people, they want you to weave magic for them and make miracles, but they don't want to let you do anything. They don't want to let you do anything.
Mm-hmm. Get ratings, but don't say anything.
That's how I wound up reading those bedtime stories, is because we have so many restrictions and so little cooperation in any way, shape, or form, whether it's with the phone, whether it's with being allowed to do anything. And it takes me back to that early, remember that call I had with Joe Bell? I think maybe my first call. And he was outraged. I mean, they won't even let you, even on Sesame Street, they play fart sounds, and in commercials you shouldn't have to, do that, And then, he was just kidding. Once Joyce straightened his ass out.
Mm-hmm.
We need somebody with a big, big pair of balls. That's what we need, okay? And you're sure not going to find that. That's why they don't hire anybody like that in this company. They want yes men. They want your mama. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, Joyce. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, mammy. Whatever happened to Mammy with Al Jolson?
Oh, I got that here.
What is that?
Well, you said big balls, so...
Well, not chocolate salty ones, though.
No. This is just big balls.
We got big balls?
It's a favorite.
I bet you,
Well, I'm upper class, high society.
I take CDC for what it's worth.
I bet Brady Quinn's got a big pair. I'll guarantee you that. I bet your life on it. Now, how are we going to find out?
I'm not going to find out.
I guess I'll have to do some research.
The biggest names, the best talent. This is Neil Rogers, Sports Radio 560 QAM.
At my junior, honey.
Okay.
We no longer can say any other everyday words. We gotta fit the time, but the time is white and dirty, no matter how absurd. But we at least can still say toid. Joy, sexy oil. What a bitchy boil. Barking at the orders like she's in the know. And she never even heard the show. And never turned on a radio. She can draw a bogus contract. Better read it for you, sign.
It says, we reserve the right to pay as little as we like, or you'll be on the unemployment line. Sign on the line, and everything will be fine. Yes.
Joy, make me boil. What a bitchy boil.
Absolutely.
Walking out the orders like she did not know. And she never even played the show. She don't even have a radio.
131 at 560. We have 1,274 votes. We'll do 13 today easy, and we don't care. Okay, I want to make it very, very clear. That's old hat, you know. We turned the corner today on our own, of our own volition. We're like steering the ship, and we're like all alone, like stepchildren. What do you say?
Okay.
Well, we don't fit in with the rest of this outfit, and that's fine with us. What?
Red-headed stepchildren, no less.
Anyway, what is this this fax, this crap about the Chinese food? I don't care about that. I was at Gulfstream Saturday night. At 1 a.m., there was a line of about 30.
About 30, man.
To get in for the slots. No wheel. No wheel of fortune. I thought of you, and I plunged, of course, I lost, and yada yada. Well, too bad. I told you, don't play it. P.S. Joyce blows. Every children's show has mega farts on TV, so Joyce ain't protecting any children. I say she's stopped up and jealous. Maybe that's it. Maybe Joyce just doesn't fart.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Yeah. I bet you she farts like an elephant.
But it
Can you even begin to imagine being in an elevator with that bitch?
It makes
oh, my
children
God.
swoon.
There she is again. And this time I think it was like solid.
I think she sets off smoke alarms.
Wouldn't surprise the hell out of me, bitch. I got news for you. I'm just ignoring her. I don't work for her. There's nothing in my contract. In addition to which, she wants to ignore our contract. I'll do the same. Screw you, honey. One thing about this company, man, as far as being honorable and living up to they're not. They never will be, never have been, and never intend to. They'll just tell you any crap you want to hear to get you to sign on the dotted line, and then they'll do whatever they want. And then you'll like it. It's like that crap back when they were giving us this song and a dance about, well, if, you know, remember that one visit I made to that grotesque place where you were, where they used to be?
Yeah, the
studio?
swamp. The swamp
the
shack.
line was, well, how? And Greg is exploring the idea of building me a studio out in a hallway there. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Attaboy, Greg. What a genius.
Oh, do you like that idea better than the Quonset hut or the trailer?
The Kwanzaa hut. Let's see. Here's the fact that says, the one major thing I noticed walking into the Gulfstream slot room was the B.O. Oh, maybe they should bring back the smoking. I don't even smoke. Well, maybe it just goes in hand with slot places, okay? Maybe some of the slimy people from Woodbine were down visiting.
Maybe slobs like slots.
That could be it. No, some of those people, some of those European people, wow, man. Oh, gag me with a prune. You could just pass out. I'm not kidding. You could just swoon from them. But that's, you know, it's the way it is. It's the price you got to pay when you go out and mix with the pubic. 1,279 votes, 1279. We got a real shot at greatness here today. Although I will tell you this, and again, just a word of caution. I'm just monitoring it, you know, since we're all typically on our own. And that is that the listenership today on our website, I would say it's down. Well, let me take a look right now, okay? Request a report, bada-beep, bada-boop, bada-bop. It's not good. Oh, man. Woo! Bad. It's down like by about 15%. For what it usually would be at this time. Wow. Of course, don't forget, it's still Thanksgiving weekend for some people. Isn't it?
No.
No. Well, that excuse won't fly. What is it? What do you think that is?
I don't know.
Well, I think a lot of the people listened online, they were listening for one thing, and now they don't got it no more. They don't have me sitting here reading all those politically stimulating BS, the world is going to blow up, and what are we going to do about Iraq. You know, people are dying like flies over there, and the media, oh, well, it's on the verge of civil war. Right. It's on the verge of civil war. It's like just so stupid, it's just pathetic. All the verbal, all the verbiage, all the BS, it's just a bunch of crap is what it is. And what are we going to do about it anyway? We're going to solve something going to change because I'm sitting here ranting and raving on the radio every day, getting aggravated, and working 15 hours a day trying to find interesting bedtime stories for people that don't want to hear them in the first place. They hate them. They hate, period. With as much hate as there is in South Florida, you can be damn sure if it's the bedtime stories, they really hated them. 567-0560. I'm thinking we get Demetrius Underwood on the show, a regular segment. What do you think, Josh?
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
And maybe, who are some other somewhat disturbed athletes? And maybe we can get the
Cecil.
Cecil Collins would be good. He could come in for a peek. And then we could get, who did I start to say before you interrupted? Somebody very important. I forget who it was. Somebody. Well, make a list of all the somewhat screwed up athletes that we can get on the show. Give them their own segment right here on the show. You got OJ to come in. I mean, that was talked about once upon a time. I do it. WQAM, hello.
I'd like to talk to the mud dog, please.
WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Now, you can be the judge there. Was that the real one, or was that the
real what?
The real that?
No, it wasn't that.
Oh, not even close. Okay,
No.
George he's like not even considering it. He's nonplussed by it. It was so bad. But it is interesting when you got to steal material from that. That's pretty weak. 567. But like I said, they have no material. They have nothing to talk about. What about that Andrew Cunanan? How about Princess Diana? Let's go back 10 years and see if they remember what that was all about. Yeah, that was on again MSNBC. They've got some good documentaries, but I think they've only got like 8 of them, and they keep showing the same ones over and over again. And they showed that thing about Gianni Versace and that whole business. Of course, never during that documentary is there any suggestion that he might be gay or like that, or that he had his henchmen there. He would sit up on the roof of his mansion there. Alleged. These are just apocryphal stories now. With the binoculars, spotting young hot guys on the beach, and he'd tell them, I want this one, I want that one. And they would go down and proposition whoever, and, sometimes they'd say yes, sometimes maybe no, although I doubt it, not with his money. And they'd come up and boogie a little bit, you know what I'm saying? They do the boogie-woogie. And not that has anything to do with it, or that he deserved to be shot, or like that, or the fact that pawn shop thing sat in the Miami Beach police in some tray on a desk somewhere for 8 days after Cunanan used his real passport and signed his real name and the name of the motel where he was staying, that Fleabag Motel. I mean, who cares about those things? Nobody. Oh, God. 1,291 votes. My God, we're on the verge of a breakdown, I think, here. We're on the verge of early retirement for yours truly, I believe. And, of course, I could do it, you know. You do realize that, don't you?
Oh, I know.
I could do it. I could just not show up tomorrow.
Are you threatening me?
Hey, say, Joe, hey, listen, you and Joyce, have a great life together. You notice both their names start with J-O.
Mm-hmm. So does mine.
You know what that stands for, don't you?
So does Josh's. No.
Yeah. We got George, Josh, Joyce, and Joe. Oh, my God. A bunch of J-O's, if I ever heard it. Holy moly.
I do know what that stands for, too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Jack of all trades.
Oh, yeah. Jack off all trades.
See, there's no reasoning with you. There's no common sense. He always has to go the extra 5 yards, just like that thing with the facials the other day. A couple of weeks ago.
What about it?
Every time I walk by a beauty salon now, the sign in the front, not that I paid much attention with beauty salons, but you can't help but see, where you're walking. And that's the first thing it says on there is facials, you know.
That's what inspired me. You see it,
I'm sure it did,
for it all the time.
So full of crap.
Fairly affordable, too. I didn't think that, I thought they charged more than that.
Of all the things Neil talks about, which is most interesting to you? Politics 611. Ridiculous. Inside radio stuff, 223, religion, 198, and that's all they care about. I hate this poll, only 51, 3.9%. Gay stuff, 44, Amsterdam, 33. How about gay stuff in Amsterdam? There's a certain amount of that. Hockey, 33. Ask Al Goldstein. He seemed to have discovered it late in life. Products he discovers, 23, like the, what is that pasta? Dreamfields. It makes my sugar go up. Not dramatically, but it's, I don't know. It's great, though. I do love it. I eat it a couple times a week. The track, 18. Brady Quinn is up to 17. Brady Quinn, 17 with that big pair. Oh, my God. That's what a man is all about, what Brady Quinn looks like right there. That's a man. I know Josh doesn't agree, but that's a real man. Well, what would you know about it? Health problems, I think Josh's roommate is jealous. Health problems, 13. Slots, 11. Sports, 9, and diets, only 7. So sports has got 9 votes. You think Clarence has got the committee at his computer today?
The biggest names, the best talent. This is Neil Rogers, Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Sports Queer Radio is what the Q's for in QAM.
Language tape number 6. The convenience store. Follow along and repeat. Convenience store manager.
Hello, may I be to helping you, please?
Repeat.
Hello, may I be to helping you, please?
Customer.
Yes.
I would like a pack of Parliament Lights.
Convenience store manager.
You want a Parliament Light?
Repeat.
You want a Parliament Light?
Customer.
Yes, I would like a pack of Parliament Lights.
Convenience store manager.
This a Parliament Light?
Repeat.
Is this a Parliament Light? This one, Parliament?
Customer.
No, neither one of those is the Parliament Light.
Wait, no, is it this one?
No,
Or this?
no, it's not that one.
You want a Parliament Light?
Yes, I want the Parliament Lights, please.
Is it over here?
No,
This
the
one?
the Parliament Light.
This one?
No,
Parliament Light?
no, can't you see it's the
This one,
right
Parliament
no,
Light.
no, over
This
there by
one.
the dirty magazines.
What?
Can't you see it? Listen, laundryhead, it's the Parliament Light.
Now,
Can't you see it's right over
turn this tape over for language tape number 7. Ordering Chinese food over the phone.
146, 14 till 2 at 560 WQAM. So if you missed the beginning of the show, we took the poll over the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. What's your take on the callers? 1,437 votes on that poll, and it's overwhelming. Overwhelming. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. I mean,
A few would be okay, 612. Bring the calls back, 455, which we did today, and they've been something. Can't say the word on the air. That's 74.1% said a few would be okay or bring them back. Bring them back alive. The callers suck, 182. The show is fine without calls, 161, a mere 11.2%. That's weak. Weak. And I hate this poll, only 1.8%. They liked it. They liked the poll. They hated the show with those stupid bedtime stories. So blame George. When you see George out on the street, just open a window and fart in his face and just say, hey, you don't know what you're doing, mister. You're killing that show. You're killing the old man.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize. Well, an apology accepted, okay, and enjoy your check.
Thank you.
1,303 votes on the poll. We did 13, old bean. How about that? Is that impressive or what?
No.
Not really. And look at the phone. Look at that phone. I told you, they couldn't make it until 2 o'clock. They couldn't do it. Didn't I tell you that?
Oh,
I smelled it, man. They dealt it and I smelled it.
I'm surprised they, lasted this long.
Yeah, well, it's only Monday, don't forget. This is the first day of the rest of our lives. Maybe I should have like an emergency pile, a standby pile just in case. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
5670560. Not a big pile like the old piles, but just like a medium, a minimal pile. Kind of like the one that Josh dropped there at noon. 5670560 and pound 560 in the Verizon Singular wireless line. Don't be eating no 3-4 meals again early in the show. You're going to be running up and down the hallway there, and one of these days you're going to go in there. It's going to be a full house.
He's got like 2 more still to go that he's going to, have
2 more
later.
trips?
I ate 'em all.
Meals.
Oh, 2 more meals, and then 5 more trips. WQAM, hello.
Hoorah!
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, can I talk to Neil, please?
Speaking.
Yeah, Neil, hey, I'm a listener of yours from California. I listen on the Internet every day.
Oh, my God.
Yes?
And love your show because radio out here is really bad, so I listen
I would
back
imagine,
there.
yeah.
Hey, Neil, there was a thing in the newspaper I wanted to share with you about Miami drivers.
Yeah.
And you may already know this, but this came from, maybe it was on the Associated Press or something, but it was in the paper in California. It says the driver's seat rude rage survey conducted to determine the driving habits and attitudes of commuters in the United States found that the least courteous city in the country is Miami.
All right.
Followed by Phoenix and New York, Los Angeles, and Boston. The most courteous city is Minneapolis, followed by Nashville, St. Louis, Seattle, Atlanta, San Diego, where I live, did not make it in the
Yeah, but
survey.
who the hell wants to go to Nashville or St. Louis? I mean, forget about that.
But I moved out of Florida 12 years ago. I used to live in Boca, and I couldn't stand those ladies with the blue hair stealing saccharin at delis. The rude drivers. The only thing good about South Florida is your show, and I listen on the Internet in California every day, Neil.
Okay, thanks for the long-distance suck job, pal. Thanks a lot.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Bye. How do you like that? The drivers in South Florida suck. There's a bulletin. Breaking news. He's a good guy, though. He's all the way out there in California. He's listening to the show on the Internet. How do you like that? In California, no less. Not in some place where there's, like, lifeless, like in Utah or somewhere, but in California.
California.
On Eat the Press, they had Arnold yesterday. Well, he makes me gag, you know? That whole phony put-on thing of his, which maybe it's not phony or put-on. Maybe that's really him. God.
That's him.
Oh, how scary. 1309, and we're just fine.
Oh, we're fine.
How do you like that? I think we survived today. Okay, even though you were like, obviously had a certain amount of moral crapitude there early in the show about this caller thing. It was okay.
Just fine.
WQAM, hello.
Yes, good afternoon, Neil. Is Bob in today?
WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Some slap. Hello.
Yes.
That was a fabulous caller, Neil.
Yeah, better than this one. But then again, so would this one be. Oh, I can't punchline one. It's not working. Make a note. Oh, wait a minute. For a second there, I saw something on line 1 happen. Maybe the engineers are dealing with it. The ghost of line 1. Didn't we have that a long time ago? In fact, it probably never got fixed in the interim. It's so long since I've been taking calls. Part and parcel. We're not complaining, you understand. We're not bitching and moaning. We don't want to be like malcontents and, pretend that we want equipment that actually works like in a real radio station. I bet you WVUM they got better equipment than we got. Wouldn't you think?
I imagine.
I think we ought to send all that hurricane crap back over to them. I hope before you leave there today, I don't know if Josh can find it or if it's still in the audio vault. Maybe Tommy can point it out for you. That rejoin that they put in there on Friday after Coker got canned. I don't know whether you laugh or cry.
I tried to
almost
look
like
for
an
it.
apology. Huh?
Tried to look for it in the bin.
It's almost like an apology. Like, well, we're the hurricane station, and Coach Coker was replaced today, and we'll be, hearing much more about this after 2 o'clock. It was like a shot at us, like usual. In other words, we know that everybody out there, all they care about is the Hurricanes and Coach Coker, and therefore we apologize that we're not being able to talk about it right now. But once 2 o'clock comes, man, go nuts. Feel free to go nuts. Have at it. Yeah, like what is there to say about that?
Absolutely.
Right. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
would you be interested in the UM coaching job?
Yeah, okay. I'm starting next season, yeah. They really love me at UM for my 6 seasons of broadcasting UM baseball. That's when I learned what a blue-nose horseball place university that is. I use the term university loosely. An outfit, an organization of blue-nose a-holes. But that's Donna Shillelagh, baby, and Tadfoot and the Ganze Mishpocha over there. They're all like birds of a feather. And if they lose a game, like I said, one thing about Notre Dame, at least it's an institution that's got like some, I don't know, at least with the Pope, with the Farbisson Catholics, it's got some kind of credibility. You know what I'm saying?
What are you saying?
Touchdown Jesus, all of that. But UM, you take away the football program, what do you got? What have you got? And, of course, that's why if they lose a game or two, man, we're off Soros and we got to shoot the coach. That'd be a good poll to take someday. Of all the coaches and owners, of all the sports mavens over the years in South Florida, which one would you like to shoot?
The biggest names of best talent. This is
Hey, Wayne.
Rogers,
Oh, sorry, Wayne.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Oh, John. Oh, John.
Well, when he was alive back in 1489, he was a little guy who stood 4'5", kinda round and pasty with a couple of chins, and he was in charge of the Vatican, Pope John. Oi!
Pope John. Pope John.
Pope Pius John. You see, the popes and priests could get married back then and spread the money round to their offspring and kin. So the bankers at the Vatican, they married his sin, and that posed a problem for his husband and him, Pope John. The scandalous secret he didn't confess was that he was a pregnant girl under that dress. Back then they all dressed in drag, that helped keep it hid, 'cause if anyone found out he'd lose the gig, Pope John.
You fairy.
Pope John. Pope John.
Pope Pius John. One windy day his dress blew up in a gust and someone yelled, "Hey, that guy has no nuts!" And like Marilyn Monroe, his skirt billowed high, and everyone knew it was the end of the line for Pope John. Embarrassed and worried the bank would go broke, the Vatican chimneys belched out holy smoke. From history, spin doctors had this erased not long after they had discreetly replaced Pope John.
Pope John. Pope John.
Pope Pius John. They buried him or her out of public view in a tomb held together with scotch tape and glue. These few words are written on his tomb: "We pray that everybody will forget about you, Pope John."
Pope John. Pope
John.
Oh, Pious John.
Bye, bye, bye.